including the Duke of York. In a statement released by Buckingham Palace, the younger brother of King Charles says he and the royal family have decided the continued accusations about him distract from the work of His Majesty and the royal family. Prince Andrew continues denying any wrongdoing stemming from his friendship with the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The latest revelations are in an upcoming posthumous memoir from Virginia Giuffre, who claimed she was trafficked by Epstein and had sex with Andrew when she was 17. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Rainfall is likely tomorrow. Right now, you've got cloudy skies and it's 71 degrees in the Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. That could bring severe weather with it.
The threat for severe weather is mainly going to be late Saturday afternoon, into the early portions of Saturday night. And with that, the primary risks that we're expecting are isolated strong to severe wind gusts, and then heavy rainfall as well will be a threat.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there's also a small chance for a spin-up tornado. A convicted killer who was recently released on parole is now back in jail. Christopher Showalter served 20 years of a 45-year sentence before getting out last November. Police say he threatened to kill and sexually assault members of his friend's family after the two had a falling out. He faces intimidation charges and could return to prison to finish his original sentence if his parole is revoked. Workers at a popular casino in the state have had enough. Johnette Cruz explains why.
More than 200 casino workers at Horseshoe, Indianapolis, and Shelbyville are now on strike. The dealers and dual-rate employees walked off the job Friday at noon, demanding management recognize their intent to join Teamsters Local 135. The workers were scheduled to hold a union election Friday, but it was indefinitely delayed to the ongoing federal government shutdown, which has halted the National Labor Relations Board. The workers proposed to use a neutral third party to conduct the vote as planned, but the management refused, leaving the group no choice but to strike for union recognition. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Pacers end their preseason as they travel to San Antonio to take on the Spurs tonight. Tip-off at 8 o'clock. And Indiana Hoosier men's basketball coach Darren DeVries is looking forward to learning more about his team when they play the Marion Knights in an exhibition game this evening.
So being able to play in front of a crowd, sometimes those first couple games, guys always react a little differently when they're in front of people. So, working through some of those things as well. But, again, just excited to get guys out there, put them in situations, and see how they respond.
Tip-off at 7:30 at Assembly Hall. Pre-game coverage gets underway at 6:30 right here on 93 WIBC. Time 3:04. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Traffic at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Jake? Eastbound 465 stop and go Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. Because of an earlier crash, it has cleared a 10-minute delay. Looking at southbound 65, a 75-minute delay. North split to the south split because of construction. Inbound 69, 3-minute delay, 106 to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy Button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Clouds increase throughout the day today. We will look for highs right around 73. Mostly cloudy and quiet tonight with lows near 59. I'm Wish TV's Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. You and I were both gone at the beginning of the week, still paying attention, though, to some of the world activities going on, mainly Hamas releasing the Israeli hostages, and there were dancing in the streets in Tel Aviv at the beginning of the week. Donald Trump had a major hand in all of this, getting all the countries in the Middle East to sign basically a peace deal and getting everybody to admit, basically, yeah, we don't like Iran and we don't like Hamas. And the word unprecedented keeps coming up over and over and over again in the same, phrase as Donald Trump.
So now he's trying to end another war, trying to end the Russia-Ukraine little spat. Had a meeting with Zelensky at the White House. That just wrapped up. Spoke with Pootie Tang yesterday. But is he going too fast to focus on this war, Nige? Or can we walk and chew gum at the same time here? Because Hamas is still acting squirrely. Even though they had agreed to a lot of things, hostages, living hostages were exchanged. Some of the remains of the deceased have not yet. And Hamas still targeting some of their political rivals.
Yeah, I think Hamas is done, though. I think they're a non-entity. Don't let the media fool you. Even Donald Trump downplayed it at one point on social media when Hamas is seen on social media executing rival, quote-unquote, gang members or, like you said, political rivals or whatever. It's Palestinians killing Palestinians. Don't hear much about that on the media, do you?
No.
It's just like here in the United States and in Indianapolis, when it's gang on gang violence, when it's mugshot on mugshot violence, you don't really hear a lot about that. And so that's what's happening when you're seeing. Don't let the media fool you. It's not like Hamas, and albeit me to defend anything that Hamas has done, they're awful, but they're done. But they're killing rival gang members.
But it does have the attention of the big bad orange man.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Because he put this out on Truth Social. Quote, if Hamas continues to kill people in Gaza, which was not the deal, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And yes, that's what he wrote at the end.
Right.
Thank you for your attention to this matter. By the way, we may have to kill you.
If you look at that post that he put out, he's like, yeah, these are other bad guys that they're killing. So, but still, this wasn't part of the deal. And yes, Israelis still haven't gotten the remains back of some of their hostages that Hamas killed.
Right. And that was part of an agreement that hasn't really been fulfilled just yet. We've got an update on John Bolton.
Oh. Wait a minute. Is that?
It's the best I could do for John Bolton.
It's Michael Bolton. But.
The former NSA war hawk. We always kept hearing that about John Bolton. He's a war hawk.
Loves himself a good war.
Surrendered to authorities because he was indicted for the classified document situation.
Imagine that.
This investigation came to be in August when the feds searched his home in Maryland, his office in Washington, and lo and behold, he had a bunch of classified documents that he was not supposed to have.
Imagine that. Classified documents.
Now, Bolton has said that Trump is seeking retribution against him because Bolton ripped him after his first term and wrote negative things about him in his horrible book.
Yeah, but this thing with Bolton and the documents, it's gone on. It was going on during the Biden administration too, in terms of investigating and stuff like that. It wasn't just Trump.
Go back to his horrible book for just a moment.
Yeah. John Bolton and his horrible book.
It seems like only yesterday we had Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks come in studio, and this isn't maybe a top 5 tweet from Trump of all time or a Truth Social post, but it's pretty strong. Here is Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks reading Donald Trump's post about Bolton's book.
Bolton's book, which is getting terrible reviews, is a compilation of lies and made-up stories, all intended to make me look bad. Many of the ridiculous statements he attributes to me were never made. Pure fiction. Just trying to get even for firing him like the sick puppy he is.
The sick puppy he is.
But speaking of that horrible book, I mean, that's part of this whole thing is that when a guy like John Bolton, who is national security advisor, at the top level of national security, writes a book, he has to turn it over and let the authorities read it before he can release it to make sure there's nothing in there. And everybody's saying to themselves, how did he even have this information to put in this book in the first place? And that's kind of one of the things that sparked this whole thing with John Bolton. And I heard Rob Kendall earlier today saying, Donald Trump is president of peace. Why would he want a guy like John Bolton working for him in the first place? What have we always said on this show? It's like when Donald Trump went to meet Fat Boy in North Korea, he's like, look, I like you guys. I don't want to bomb you. You see this guy behind me over here? And you see John Bolton like blinking his eyes.
He's cracking his knuckles and he's flipping a nickel.
He's got like a pipe in his hand and he's hitting it. This guy back here wants to bomb you in the Stone Age. So I think
he's punching the wall.
I think at one point Donald Trump wanted like a dog on a leash, so to speak, and that was John Bolton.
Remember that scene in the movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield when they're getting ready to get into like the bar fight?
Yeah.
And Rodney's like, oh, I don't fight. He gets mad. And it's the guy that was Paulie from Rocky.
Yeah.
And he's sitting at a booth and he's crushing a napkin container. And he slams it and gets up. That's Bolton.
That's Bolton.
That's exactly who Bolton is. Welcome back, Nigel. How was the big trip? Where did you go?
Well, I went to a state located right below where you went. I went to Colorado. I think my trip was different, though. It seems like you guys did like tons of outdoorsy, Yellowstone, Grand Tetons, sightseeing, always out. Ours was more, we went to Breckenridge, and we went to, we went to Georgetown. We did the steam locomotive thing. We did the e-bikes, took a nice long 20-mile e-bike ride around the city.
At any point did you say the Dumb and Dumber line? I thought the Rocky Mountains would be a little more rocky than this.
Of course, and nobody got it. Nobody got it.
John Denver's full of something.
The Sunshine State. So I feel like we did a lot, like horseback riding. They did the wife and Harper, my daughter, loves.
Did you get your fat ass on a horse?
First of all, that was a dumb question because they did the horseback riding on Sunday, and I went to the Colts. I went to watch the Colts game down at Eric's on Main Street in Breckenridge. So you
did a horse-like activity. You watched the Colts game while your family's making memories without you.
Absolutely, and I wish I would have positioned that to my wife in such a manner. I am doing a horse activity, Lindsay. I'm watching the Colts.
And by the way, Lindsay, if you wanted to ride a stallion, this guy right here. Like, you missed some opportunities there, Nige. Big-time opportunities.
I certainly did.
But did you have a good time, though? The kids like it?
The kids loved it. They had a great time. We hiked, we biked, horseback, and I'm just tired. I got so tired of heavy breathing every time I walk up the stairs because of the elevation.
Right.
I breathe heavy enough when I walk up the stairs here.
I know you walk to the unisex bathroom and you come back and.
But I generally felt like every time I walked up the stairs in the condo we were at, I was having a heart attack. So no, it's good to be back, man. It was fun. It was a great trip.
Matt Bear, what's going on, buddy?
Good to hear you, Nigel. Looking at southbound 465, slow on the east side, slow from 70 down to Washington. Southbound 6570, delayed 8 minutes from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 465, crash clear after Allisonville Road, 6-minute delay, Keystone Avenue over to I-69 Binford. Southbound 65, slow from Whitestown Parkway down to the Dogleg 865. Inbound 69 to minute delay, 106 to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy? Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The YouTube chat. Samsonite, I was way off. Thank you, guys. Bill. All right, looking outside, we got some cloudy skies, but it's pretty nice. 72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Coming up throughout the afternoon, it's Beer Sample Friday.
Yeah.
And today, we've got a childhood favorite that we're now hoping can get us intoxicated.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Oh, it sounds fun. I'm telling you.
A childhood favorite that can now get you drunk?
Yes.
Oh, no.
That's coming up a little bit later on for Beer Sample Friday.
Goodness.
But up next, some good old-fashioned legal stuff. Come on back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
We are right in the thick of it. October is here, and so is the return of that chilly air seeping into your home. If you have those old, drafty, cracked windows that get stuck like I used to have at my house. That is until Window Nation came in and lowered my energy bills by installing some amazing Window Nation windows that look great.
And all this month at Window Nation, this month only, when you buy 2 windows, you'll get 2 for free. And there's no limit on how many windows you can buy. The more you buy, the more free ones you get. And if that's not enough, no payments for 2 years. No down payments, no interest, nothing, nada, zip. 2 years. Call Window Nation today. Lock the deal in, or at the very least, get that free estimate. 866-90-NATION. That's the number. 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com. But you have to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Of all the times to buy new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swanco Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement, a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swanco 317-407-1868 or swancollc.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom designed jewelry with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PAJewelers.jewelry.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Do we have to wait, or can we just hit it?
I think it's Friday. I don't think we should wait anymore.
Legal stuff!
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Dateline, Florida.
Yes.
Florida man accused of attacking his wife after she didn't want to go to Chili's with him.
So obviously he's rational.
Jerome Valia is accused of throwing things at his wife and then grabbing her violently. She called the authorities, and he was arrested for domestic assault.
Good.
Now, listen, I'm not condoning any sort of violence at all. Please don't get it twisted. But who doesn't want to go to Chili's? Chili's is awesome. There's like something for everyone.
I don't want to be forced by hand to go to Chili's. I used to go to Chili's every Wednesday.
You shouldn't have to be forced by hand. You should be like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, every Wednesday before my Wednesday night gig at Bubba's when I worked for Radio Now 93.1 on this signal when we played music. Bubba's East. It was a tradition. Me and my mom and my then girlfriend, now wife, Lindsay, would go to Chili's on West 38th Street.
Nice.
They'd have the margaritas. I'd down about 5 of those.
I was going to say, I keep waiting for some bad part of this story. Because right now it sounds like when Ricky Bobby's family went to Applebee's. We should come back here every week and sit in the same location.
And then my intern would come pick me up.
Uh-huh.
And I would have to go to Bubba's for 2 hours, Bubba's East. And I would get ready for that by making sure I was nice and loopy.
And then you got kicked out of the Applebee's, kicked out of the Chili's, like Reese Bobby did.
I swear to God, that Chili's at West 38th Street, I was sitting there one time, and the door just shattered, like broke open. Somebody ran out, and what had happened was these thugs had followed this couple into the bar because they saw how much cash they had at Walmart. I got all of this in a police report. And so they were flashing cash around a Walmart, paying for stuff, and then they went to Chili's, and these thugs followed them in there, and they ran in and grabbed the chick's purse. And I saw the whole thing happen.
Did you intervene at all?
No. Are you kidding me? And so these guys...
Stupid question,
If we would have been there 5 minutes later, then, I don't know, my face or my wife's face could have been shattered by them blasting the door open to try to get away.
But you could have also blasted their faces too. Like when I see somebody committing acts of violence,
I didn't even know what was going on until afterwards.
You then kind of have a pass to do the same to them for the sake of being a good Samaritan.
Yeah,
So if it means me being a good Samaritan, smashing their face into a door like the way a mafia guy would to try to shake down some money, I'm your Huckleberry.
But and of course, great chicken fingers.
Okay, now have they gone back to the
Chicken
recipe that they used to? Because they changed it.
It was Chicken Crispers before.
Right. But I like the Chicken Crispers.
I did too.
And then they tried to get cute and do something different, and it wasn't as good. And I don't know if they ever fixed that mistake.
I feel like what happened was they were Chicken Crispers, and now they got them even crispier, where it was almost crunchy.
I don't know.
Do you remember? There was definitely a difference between old school and new school Chicken Crispers. But either way, with some honey mustard, some unique honey mustard, they had some unique sauces there at Chili's. I haven't been for years. There's one right off 82nd Street or 86th Street and 465 I never go to.
If anybody knows Chili's, please let us know if they've gone back to the original Chicken Crispers recipe that they had a number of years ago.
And what was the name of the margarita they had? El Presidente, I believe.
Okay.
You could. They served it in a giant cup where you mixed it up on your own. Yeah, here's the cup, here's the mixture, and they served you an empty glass, and then you mixed it up on your own.
Did you smile? Like Bar Rescue teaches you?
Like Bar Rescue and John
Yes.
Taffer. Yes, of course I smile.
You've got to smile and hold it up by your ear. Can we talk about hookers for a second?
Sure. Do we have time? Oh, we have all the time in the world.
Dateline, Florida. 32-year-old man in Florida facing domestic violence charges after he allegedly hit his dad during an argument that began when the dad asked a prostitute that his son brought him into the house.
What happened?
So I'm reading this here. Hold on. 32-year-old man in Florida is facing domestic violence charges after allegedly hitting his father during an argument that began when the father asked the prostitute that his son brought home to leave.
So the kid brought the hooker home, and the dad was like, nope, you're out of here.
Right.
And that's when the fun began.
Right. That's worded really odd in this report.
No, I got what you're saying.
But, yeah. So, luckily, that's a situation I've never had to do.
You and old Stone Cold Steve Hammer never got in a fight?
Nope.
Were you bringing hookers home?
Nope. Never had to beat up the old man. Never had to debate whether or not the hooker should stay or leave. But this does bring us to great moments in family prostitute history.
Why can't you be more like your brother? Harold would never beat up his landlord. Little newsflash, Pop. Harold ain't so perfect. Remember that time in Puerto Rico when we picked up those two, well, I guess they were prostitutes, but I don't remember paying.
Great moments in family prostitute history. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Truck drivers, don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. At Schneider, you can find a driving position that fits your lifestyle and goals, all while getting the pay you deserve. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Explore Schneider's huge selection of driving jobs today and find your perfect fit at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Hello, Hammer and Nigel here for your Central Indiana American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro Dealer Absolute Comfort. Yeah, Absolute specializes in these Mitsubishi Electric Ductless Mini Splits. You mount them on your wall, flush with the ceiling. They heat and cool at a very efficient level. And you can use them to heat and cool specific rooms without any ductwork, which ends up being a very clean way to heat and cool your house, business, or even your garage.
These high-tech units are how most of the world heats and cools their homes and offices. These Mitsubishi electric ductless systems have advancements that can sense when a person is in a room and can heat or cool that room to the person's wishes. For the ultimate in efficiency and comfort, contact Chris Wedekin at Absolute Comfort to find out more. AbsoluteComfort.org. That's AbsoluteComfort.org. Say Hammer and Nigel sent you.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They met today to talk. It's cloudy and 72 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:30. President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky talked about the war with Russia. The meeting comes as Ukraine is asking for long-range missiles to strike targets near Moscow and follows a lengthy phone call Trump had yesterday with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Zelensky says he wants to talk with Putin.
We are ready to speak in any kind of format.
Bilateral, trilateral, doesn't matter. Matter, just peace.
This is the third time they met at the White House this year. Rain is supposed to fall across Indiana this weekend. John Hayrick reports.
It does bring with it the possibility of severe weather both Saturday and Sunday. But Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there is an upside to it.
This rainfall will definitely be beneficial for portions of the state that are seeing, these worsening drought conditions.
And he says it will help up to a point.
Now, it won't completely get us out of the drought, but it will be beneficial and at least help us from seeing worsening drought conditions.
As far as when the storms could be strongest, he thinks that's likely Saturday afternoon and evening. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A man was executed in Arizona today after he was found guilty of first-degree murder in 1996. Richard Jerf died by lethal injection. Police say he killed 4 members of a Phoenix family. This was the 4th execution in the nation this week. Deer firearms season kicks off November 15th, and Indiana's Natural Resources Department reminds you about their new online license system, which you can check out on WIBC.com. DNR's R3 Community Engagement Specialist Cindy Stites says the most important thing is to get in and get your license early.
If you have issues that way, you're not waiting till the night before or even the morning of when you're getting ready to head out.
She also urges you to check your personal info and make sure you have access before opening day. And the summer horror film Weapons is coming to HBO Max in time for Halloween. The film, which has earned over $260 million globally, will be available for streaming starting on October 24th. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:32.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
With traffic at 3:33, here's Matt Bear.
Northeast side, another crash on eastbound 465 near Allisonville Road. This one's before. Stop-and-go traffic back to Keystone Avenue. Inbound 69 delayed 4 minutes, 100 at 6th Street, 282nd. Southbound 65, 70 stop traffic, 8-minute delay. North split to the south split. Slowing down inbound 70 from rural into the north split. Looking at the northwest side, this is going to be Boone County. Southbound 65 slow after 267 down to 865, the dogleg. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Transform your backyard this fall with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best set stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends November 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're in for an active and windy Saturday with near-record high temperatures in the low 80s. Showers and storms then return Saturday afternoon and night with a low risk for isolated stronger storm potential with damaging wind the primary threat. Rain totals up to over an inch possible. I'm Wish TV Storm Track ABD meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Yeah. What up? This is Dr. Dre. The party's going on. Thank God it's Friday.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, I don't even know how I made it to work today with the government being shut down for 17 days. I really, I've been on vacation, but I didn't think. I called in this morning to see if anybody needed me because the government shut down,
Well, it looks like all of our bosses took that seriously because there hasn't been a boss in this building for about 2 weeks.
There's nobody in this building. I thought, is the government shutdown affecting Radio 1 in any way, shape, or form? WIBC?
I saw a tumbleweed blow past when I was walking back to my office earlier today. We talked about this while you were gone, Nige. I will say
man.
this, because I went to 2 national parks on my vacation.
Cool.
What was great is that the government shut down, so those parks weren't taking admission. You could just drive right through and do your stuff and see the park and drive right out.
What, they let you in?
Yes. Grand Teton and Yellowstone.
You're kidding me.
When you pull up to the little shack where normally it's like $30, $35 a car, whatever it is, there was a sign up there. Government shutdown, please pull forward. Well, all right, bada bing, bada boom. We got ourselves a ball game.
Wow. I wouldn't have thought they'd let you in. At the very least, pay some guy $12 an hour to sit there and take, $60 a carload.
Nope.
Instead, they're turning away money during a shutdown when they're losing money.
Government stuff.
Wow. No, that's awesome.
I made the comparison that I think the government shutdown is like Caitlin Clark's groin. We kind of thought it'd be, a couple days, maybe no more than a couple, weeks. We're starting week 3 of this thing, and I'm starting to get the feeling that the government may be out for the year. Just like Caitlin Clark with the groin and the ankle. You kept waiting to hear that she was going to come back, and she never did.
Those pesky groin injuries, a lot worse than we thought. Maybe it's the same thing with the shutdown.
Maybe the government is out for the year. It's on the injury report. It's going to be back in 2026. It's going to have a little rehab stint in the minor leagues, and then it's going to be back up, bada bing, bada boom, stronger than ever. House Speaker Mike Johnson. Kind of listing off a ridiculous amount of things that the Democrats are still holding on to, like grim death. Like, if you're wondering why the government is still shut down, right? Here's a partial list of some of the things that the Democrats want to spend your hard-earned money on.
And they would send $500 million to liberal news outlets by refunding the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. It would also restore up to $5 billion of American taxpayer funds for wasteful spending for international projects. Here's a couple of examples. This is in their legislation, their counterproposal on the CR to keep the lights open. This is what they want to do. They want to spend $24.6 million of your hard-earned dollars as a taxpayer for climate resilience in Honduras. They want to spend $13.4 million for civic engagement in Zimbabwe. They want to send $3.9 million for LGBTQI plus democracy grants in the Western Balkans. They want to spend $2.9 million of your dollars for desert locust risk reduction in the Horn of Africa. And $2 million for, quote, organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa. We are not doing that.
Hey, look, man, I'm all for Honduras. I know a guy from there, and his family's here legally, and they're great and they're awesome. But I ain't paying my tax dollars for climate resilience studies in Honduras.
What does that even mean? Climate resilience. Are you walking over to, like, the ocean? Hey, keep your head up. You can do it. Stay resilient. Climate resilience.
Yeah, those were all ridiculous things.
Now, look, the Republicans have done their share of big spending, too. Let's not act like they haven't. But, listen, if you're going to tell me my money is going to be spent on something, like it's not going to be used to pay the debt off, if you're telling me it's going to be used on something, I could listen to the argument if it's something that has to do with the United States. But you're telling me you want to take this money and do research in Zimbabwe and work on the locusts in parts of Africa.
And not only that, on top of that, they're arguing over spending that was supposed to end this year anyway because of COVID. That's what they want to keep spending. I know this. I know all the health care and all the handouts are supposed to end because of COVID. This was the end date, but now we want to keep those going. Well,
Democrat Senator Mark Kelly out of Arizona, he went on CNBC, and the host of CNBC basically lit Senator Kelly up.
And only one person in the Democratic Party has broken with the ranks. It's like, I don't understand it. It hasn't been working well for Democrats.
Joe, the government does not have to be shut down. It doesn't have to be shut down. We can
Senator,
fix this
now
here
you're just parsing,
in a matter of just a couple days. I mean, this could be easily solved
to
by
go
sitting
past
down
cloture,
at the
to
table.
get past 60. To get past 60, you need some Democrats to reopen that's what's going to have to happen, Senator. You close the government down because you want $1.5 trillion for all these different things that Schumer wants. It's obvious to everyone, although, maybe you can convince the public that it's the Republicans, but it's not.
And it's interesting that he ends that conversation that way, because a new ABC poll shows that Americans have moved toward blaming Republicans, Democrats, and Trump equally for all of this. So despite the messaging that it's the Schumer shutdown, now keep in mind it's an ABC poll, so take that for what it's worth. But ABC says, I think most Americans view all of you guys to blame for this.
I could see that.
And maybe there's something to that. Real quick, on the subject of spending here, we may be making a little bit of progress on paying off some debt. And little is the key word here, Nige.
Okay.
The U.S. budget deficit decreased by $41 billion in the fiscal year of 2025, with a $118 billion rise in revenues from President Trump's tariffs. This is according to the Treasury Department. 2025 fiscal saw a $195 billion net custom receipt. That's $118 billion increase from the previous year. And they're crediting the tariffs as to a way to chip away at the deficit. Now, it's still a pretty big number. So this is kind of like the Cleveland Browns, the New York Jets going, hey, we only got beat 24-6 this past weekend. Hell of a lot better than 40-0. That's kind of where we're at with the deficit right now.
Yeah, but what about the debt? It say anything about the debt in there, like trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in the debt?
Total receipts for 2025 hit $5.23 trillion, which is up 6% from the prior year. That's a 4% increase from the year before that.
I need a calculator.
A lot of money, but I'm happy that it's going in that direction as opposed to going in the other
direction.
direction.
Does it seem like a drop in the bucket to you, though? Just kind of. I mean, I understand you're happy that it's going in the right direction.
I wouldn't say I'm happy.
It's like a snail.
Right. Again, it's the New York Jets. Hey, we got a first down on this drive. We didn't punt 3 and out. Okay. Is that progress? For us, it is. Sure. Thanks. Dateline Wisconsin.
That's hilarious.
A Wisconsin boy has won the National Mullet Competition night.
Yeah.
This 10-year-old boy from Price County celebrating after being recognized as having the most iconic hairstyle in the competition.
Love it.
His name is Colton Grohl. Colton Grohl. His friends call him the Coltonator. And I'm going to post a photo of this sweet bastard here in just a little bit.
The Coltonator.
The Coltonator is just an American badass.
And so you win like some money and stuff for this kind of thing?
I think you just win the bragging rights. Now, I don't know if he won money or not, but this kid is awesome. And I'm going to find his picture and post it in just a moment.
All right.
But what are your favorite nicknames for a mullet?
Business in the front, party in the back comes to mind. My first description of what a mullet might be. Mississippi mudflap, probably.
Camaro crash helmet. The Canadian passport.
What was it? One before Canadian passport. What was that?
The Camaro crash helmet.
Never heard that one before in my life.
What about Kentucky Waterfall?
The Kentucky Waterfall.
Yes. Oh, man. Mississippi mudflap's probably my favorite, though. But I've never heard the Camaro crash helmet.
Look at this sweet bastard on our Twitter, Nigel. I just posted the kid's photo, at Hammer and Nigel.
Okay.
Tell me you wouldn't follow this kid anywhere. Look at that sweet SOB.
It hasn't come up on mine yet.
Luscious. Absolutely
Right?
luscious. I'm jealous.
And how about the American
Americana.
gear? The American gear, that sweet mullet flying in the wind.
It's
An open shirt of with the American flag.
Showing some chest off.
And it is flowing in the wind. Literally, that is in one major. And I feel like mullets over the past few years, not just now, but years, Hammer, have made a comeback.
They have. They have. Which brings us to great moments in mullet history. Actor Kiefer Sutherland claims that his role in the movie Lost Boys kind of helped create the mullet phase of the 80s. Take a listen.
Joel Schumacher wanted me to have white hair, and I had very long hair at the time, and he wanted me to keep it. And I just looked like a bad wrestler. I looked like a moron. It was awful. And I thought Billy Idol was really cool, and I thought he looked really cool, and I still think he looks really cool. And his hair was all spiky and kind of punk up front. And so I got that haircut, but I left enough at the back so I could tell Joel Schumacher I left it long. Yeah, I think kind of accidentally might have at least been part of a movement that created maybe one of the worst hairstyles of all time, the mullet.
So he's blaming the director of Lost Boys for the look that he had to rock out.
I can see that.
I just posted the mullet kit on our Facebook page, too. So if you don't have Twitter, X, you can check it out, Facebook, Hammer and Nigel. Follow us. Great moments in mullet history. This is the Bro Country Mullet Tribute Song.
Business in the front, party in the back. Kentucky waterfall, Mississippi mud flat.
Yes.
That denim downhill or Tennessee top hat. Missouri compromise, I got that shorty long back. It can be smaller or bigger, I ain't a stickler. It ranges from mini mullets to Florida, Georgia spine ticklers. I always let it dangle, no I don't let it tangle. So baby, if you're single, come and get a better angle. If you're sexy and you know it, run your fingers
here we
through it.
go.
Yeah, you know you can't control it, shake that ass and shake that mullet. If you're sexy and you know it, run your fingers through it, pull it. Yeah, you know you can't control it, shake that ass and shake that mullet.
Great moments in mullet history. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the Crossing on the north side. It's right there by the Green Bridge. You can't miss it. And guys, if you're thinking about popping the question over the holidays, maybe it's a New Year's Eve type of thing, now is the time to get to Diamonds Direct. The biggest selection and the lowest prices. And the key word is direct. They get their stones direct from the source, no middleman, and they pass the savings on to you. So when you walk into that beautiful showroom up on the north side, talk to one of the amazing sales reps. Doesn't matter which one. Chris is the young lady that I work with. She's my sales rep. So if you see Chris, ask her this. Is it true that Jason Hammer has the most athletic thighs you've ever seen? And is it true you can help me find that home run piece of jewelry that I'm looking for? Ask both questions, see what answer she gives you. But I'm telling you, the customer service, Diamonds Direct, nobody does it better. Keystone at the Crossing, tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Enough is enough. Governor Braun said he would listen to Hoosiers and stand up to Washington's plans to rig our maps. But now, those Washington insiders are coming to Indiana to finish the job. Unless we can stop them, we want our votes to count, our voices to be heard, and for lawmakers and Governor Braun to focus on issues that matter to us. Utility bills, inflation, taxes. Keep standing strong against redistricting at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings, they are the best in the business when it comes to coatings, whether we're talking about a garage, a basement, a pool deck, any indoor or outdoor area, concrete. I know firsthand. They came in and worked a miracle with my old garage floor. Oh, it was so disgusting and stained and unmaintained and cracked and uneven. Galaxy Concrete coating. My garage floor is out of this world. They got it done in as little as a day. It's 4 times as stronger than it used to be. Way easy to clean. Check out their website, see pictures, get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or give them a call, 751-9070.
Join me for some bourbon at Kilroy's Broad Ripple on Tuesday, October 21st for bourbon, barbecue, and breadsticks. You can get a 3-pour premium bourbon tasting. You can even get a bottle of Kilroy's Blanton's Gold, their own private barrel selection, and the complete barbecue and breadstick buffet. And me, I will be there Tuesday, October 21st. This is Kilroy's Broad Ripple. Get your tickets at the link on their Facebook page. From 7 to 10 p.m. Tuesday, October 21st, it's bourbon, barbecue, and breadsticks at Kilroy's Broad Ripple. Get your tickets on their Facebook page.
Transform your backyard this fall with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends November 1st. Visit IndieDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
Head online to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra Thursday, December 4th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
All right, Matthew, what are we looking at here?
We have a crash by the airport. It's eastbound 70 heading towards 465. Left lane is blocked and no delay at the moment. Inbound 65, stop and go 21st to Meridian. Eastbound 70 slows from West Street to the South Split. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 5 minutes, North Split to the South Split. Inbound 69, 4-minute delay 106th Street down to 82nd. And on the east side, southbound 465 slow before 70 down to South Shadeland. Boone County, southbound 65 pockets of slow from State Road 267 down to 865, the Dogleg. Traffic sponsored by Indie Decorative Concrete. Transform your backyard this fall with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends November 1st. Visit IndieDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, 72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Let's address something earlier. Right. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, because maybe I didn't hear it correctly. Did the chick that was filling in for Tony Katz think that Adam Sandler was really doing the halftime Turning Point show? Because there's a really bad AI meme going around. It's not even like a good meme. It's like almost like a cartoony Adam Sandler with his hands out with the Turning Point All-American halftime show thing in the background. Like, I'm not the greatest at making AI, but even I looked at that and was like, who the hell made that? And I think the chick that was on for Tony, like, fell for it and thought that was real.
Oh, no.
Like, Allison, you are in here before we are. Did that happen?
I think she did think that there was a rumor that Adam Sandler would be doing.
Okay.
It. Yes.
So,
okay,
but
that's
she did,
different than saying,
she did dive into it. Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess that's different than believing it, because there's no way. One, Adam Sandler is friends with Bad Bunny. He was in the Happy Gilmore movie with him. And two, it's such a bad piece of AI. It's like a cartoon piece of AI. People, as somebody that dabbles in a little AI, you can't believe everything you see.
That's all you see, though, I feel like, especially on
scary.
Facebook.
Yeah, it is. And I hate that people are using it for, like, evil purposes, trying to scare people and things like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got 2 AI pictures that I've created at my disposal right now.
Yes.
I'm going to do some choose your own adventure here with the YouTube chat. Do you want me to post an AI picture of Joe Hogsett drinking rum with the Captain Morgan mascot, or a picture of Elvis and Tupac performing at the Turning Point USA halftime show? Which AI picture do you want me to post on the Hammer and Nigel Show Twitter? Hogsett drinking with Captain Morgan, or Elvis and Tupac at the halftime show?
Well, I feel like since we're talking about Turning Point USA, you should do the Elvis and Tupac, but I really want to see the Hogsett with the Captain Morgan's guy.
Allison, which one is your vote?
I'm dying laughing. I haven't even seen him yet.
I like Elvis and Tupac. I think that's a dynamic duo this country needs.
Okay, so go to the YouTube chat right now, and just based off the eyeball test that I see, which one do you want me to post? Elvis and Tupac doing halftime, or Hogsett drinking with Captain Morgan. Both of these are fake pictures, AI pictures. I'm telling you that in advance.
Well, if you don't post the Hogsett one, at least forward it to me. Just text it to me.
Got it. Go to the YouTube chat, WIBC. Let me know what you think.
American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard. It's the Hammer and Nigel show. We only use local American Standard independent dealers. Here's one of those dealers right now.
Kirby Heating and Air in Pittsburgh. They've been in the business well over 3 decades. Lloyd and Jessica Kirby. They're the founders of this awesome Hoosier-ran business, and now their sons, Robert and Adam. They're carrying on the tradition of awesome, excellent service and pride in their work. Kirby, hooking up Hendricks and the surrounding counties. And the reason they choose to install American Standard? One word, quality. Make sure your furnace is safe, ready, and efficient for when that cold, nasty winter air comes in. Contact Kirby today, 317-892-3614. That's 892-3614. Or go to KirbyHeating.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Hi, I'm Becca, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As an in-house designer, I can't wait for you to see our incredible selection of stylish and stackable rings. If you're shopping for your wedding bands, we have high-quality designs for every style and budget, from romantic to modern. If you're looking to add to a stack, your options are endless. Discover styles with clusters of gemstones, sleek all-metal designs, updated cigar bands, and signet rings perfect for an engraving. Because a friend knows you like options. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Things are getting frighteningly good at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this weekend at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds in Lafayette. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, the best dealers in the region are creeping in for this haunted weekend of bargains. Admission is just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. But beware, you must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Doors creak open Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3 at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds in Lafayette. For more info, visit centralindianagunshows.com.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You get up early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to thrive in the winter. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $5,250. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, how the weather will roll out across the state this weekend. You'll hear what police say about 2 shootings in Indianapolis today. Some people like the idea of a data center in Henry County, others don't. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis at 4 o'clock.
Renewed
hope for an end to war. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, as Ukraine's leader again visits the White House.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is trying to convince President Trump to sell long-range missiles to his country, but the president says he hopes those Tomahawks aren't needed.
I think we have a very good chance of bringing this war to a conclusion.
President Trump spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin earlier this week, the two leaders agreeing to a second summit hosted by Hungary to again discuss a ceasefire.
We went through a lot of details. He wants to get it ended. I think that President Zelensky wants to get it ended. Now we have to get it done.
Zelensky expressed doubts about how sincere Putin is about ending the war.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, where that meeting has just wrapped up. Zelensky also suggesting the U.S. might want access to Ukraine's supply of drones. Hamas just announcing plans to hand over the remains of another hostage today after using bulldozers to expand the search in Gaza. The group also reaffirming commitment to the terms of a ceasefire deal. 9 hostages' bodies have been returned in recent days out of 28 believed to be dead, including 2 Americans. President Trump still plans to meet with China's president on the sidelines of an upcoming summit in South Korea. He's been threatening higher tariffs and recently said he saw no reason to meet after China's new export controls on rare earth minerals, but now says he thinks they're getting along well with China and will be able to make a deal. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent tells reporters,
I think that things have de-escalated. We hope that China will show the respect that we have shown them. And I am confident that President Trump, because of his relationship with President Xi, will be able to get things back on a good course.
Stocks picking up steam after that. The Dow up 238 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Forecasters say showers and storms from tomorrow in Indiana might linger into Sunday. Right now, cloudy and 72. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02.
The rainfall will be most widespread in the morning, and then we think once we get into the afternoon and into the evening hours, our rain chances start to taper off as we get some dry air that moves into the area.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service says lightning, some strong winds, and the light chance of a tornado are all possible tomorrow. 2 people were shot in Indianapolis today. Indy Metro Police arrived in a neighborhood on Donald Avenue around 2 o'clock. That is just east of I-465 on the northwest side. The person later died at the hospital. Police also say the second person who was shot on Edgemont Avenue just before 3. They say she is awake and breathing. A data center is being discussed in Henry County. John Hayrick reports on how people feel about it.
Some people like the idea of a data center going on nearly 600 acres of land in Henry County, while others don't. Newcastle Henry County Economic Development Corporation President Corey Murphy supports it, and he used a novelty push-button phone with Snoopy on it to make his point Thursday night.
Our county has 2 choices. Stay with the limited, no-growth opportunities that this beautiful antique Snoopy phone represents, or we can compete in the modern digital age.
Those against it say it would raise costs and put increased pressure on power grids. The Planning Commission discusses it again in late November. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
AAA says average price for gas in Indiana today is $2.88 a gallon, and the first exhibition game for the Indiana Hoosier men's basketball team is this evening as they face the Marion Knights at Assembly Hall. IU's head men basketball coach Darren DeVries says he's seen lots of progress from his guys.
The connectivity has really come a long ways from the beginning of the summer till now, and now we got to see it against somebody else.
Tip-off at 7:30, pregame coverage on 93 WIBC at 6:30. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
Whether it's the good food or the friendly mood, you can count on Indiana to never lose when it comes to tailgating. And we want to see you at every game. That's why Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. So kick off the season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Right now, you can buy with 0 down. Choose from over 2,000 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. We'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Zero Down delivers. And Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles.
Hubler's got you covered.
Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations.
Cover me.
Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
You've got WIBC traffic at 4:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, JK, stall out by the airport. It's eastbound 70 between the airport exit and 465. The left lane is blocked. Got a little bit of a slowdown as we head through there. Southbound 6570 delayed 6 minutes because of construction. North split to the south split. Inbound 65, 3-minute delay, 21st to Meridian. Northbound 65, more construction. Slow after Raymond into the south split. And eastbound 70, a little bit slow. Harding into the south split. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic from 106 to 82nd, a 3-minute delay. Boone County, southbound 65 slows after 267 down to the dogleg 865. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And now your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
We are tracking a very active weekend that kicks off on Saturday with near record high temperatures, with highs in the low 80s on Saturday with windy conditions. Showers and thunderstorms then return Saturday afternoon and night. Saturday evening and night, there is a low, isolated, stronger storm risk for damaging wind. Rainfall totals may exceed an inch in some areas. Sunday, windy with gusts up to 30 to 40 miles per hour and much more cooler, with temperatures falling into the 50s after sunrise Sunday. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
Just a quick update. My name is Nigel. That's Jason Hammer. We were talking about some radio host we heard say that Adam Sandler is going to be performing at the Turning Point USA halftime show during the Super Bowl. Adam Sandler.
And it's a ridiculous AI-made photo that doesn't even look remotely real.
That's where they get their information, the AI photo that's circulating Facebook. I even typed it in on Grok. Is Adam Sandler performing at Turning Point USA? No, Adam Sandler is not performing at Turning Point USA. Recent viral claims on social media, blah, 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 blah.
Now, look, I'm rooting for the Turning Point folks. I love Turning Point, man.
How am I going to, I don't know how to watch it yet. Does anybody know how to watch it yet?
I don't know, nor do I know who's performing.
Yeah, I don't either.
We're still working on it.
I saw the other day that James Hetfield was performing, like a lead singer for Metallica. I go, this can't be real.
No. What is real, though, is Danica Patrick donated a bunch of money for them to put on the show.
Okay.
We had that story previously. But listen, people, you got to be better at finding what's real and what's not. Now, some of this AI stuff looks really real. But this one about Adam Sandler and Turning Point, where, like, the stage is behind him and he's got his arms out, it doesn't even really even look like Adam Sandler all that much. And people are sharing it. Blue checkmark folks are believing it. You see it in the sports world, too. People always putting ridiculous quotes. You know, Peyton Manning comes back to Indianapolis to buy the hot dog guy a house. Like, no. Stop. So what I put on our Twitter, at Hammer and Nigel,
see here.
I put both photos up. Both. B-O-hard-L-T-H. Both photos.
Of what? Your AI guys?
So I said, listen, two can play this game. So I made an AI picture of Elvis and Tupac performing at the Turning Point halftime show.
There it is.
And AI Joe Hogsett chugging a bottle of Captain Morgan's with the mascot of Captain Morgan, the pirate.
Oh, that Hogsett one is hilarious. That looks so real. I understand why people fall for it.
Like, to me, the Elvis and Tupac looks pretty real, too, if I'm being honest with you. But, people, if it looks a little fishy, it probably is. So if you want to see those photos, we've got them posted right now on the Hammer and Nigel Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you follow us at Hammer and Nigel.
Look at the Hogsett just pulling straight from the bottle. AI Hogsett. Sorry, got to clarify.
It's like AI Hogsett's done that a time or two before. I don't know.
I've done it a time or two before in the real.
Right. But let me know which one you like better. The Elvis Tupac halftime show or Boss Hogsett chugging with the mascot. It's on the Twitter feed of Hammer and Nigel. And leave a comment, retweet it, do all that kind of stuff. So while you were traveling back, Nige, we had the story about how AES, they're trying to make it look like they're doing some sort of victory lap here because instead of having people pay a minimum of $20 extra per month, they've agreed to only make it $10. And this is supposed to be some sort of big win. It's like when Joe Hogsett and Ryan Mears talk about the murder rate in the city.
Sure.
Well, we didn't set a record, so I bet you bastards are pretty happy, aren't you? Well, not really. We're still paying more and people are still getting killed. Well, now it seems like a lot of the city county council members, Republicans and Democrats, are ganging up on Hogsett because Hogsett was part of the group that came up with this little deal. He was part of the negotiating group. And a bipartisan coalition of 16 counselors signed earlier today a statement saying that AES, the big power provider for most of Marion County, we're not going to accept this. We're pushing back on this.
Good.
And the IURC, they still have to approve, deny, or modify this new agreement, and that's not expected to happen until spring of 2026. So there's a lot of time here between now and the spring of next year, but you've got dudes like Michael Paul Hart teaming up with dudes like Jesse Brown on the council. Even Allie Brown signed her name to it. Now, some of the great butt sniffers have not. Vop Osley did not put his name on this. Maggie Lewis did not put her name on this. They want you to keep paying more and they think it's fine. But most of the other counselors, man, they're gaining up and saying, this stinks. Now, Jesse Brown went on with Rob, I think on his show yesterday.
Socialist sweetheart on the City County Council.
It's true. Now, again, I will say this. While we are on total opposite ends of the spectrum politically, I do have more in common with Jesse Brown, though, than I do Vop Osley, than I do Frank Mascari, because at least Jesse is willing to call out Boss Hogsett. All these other butt sniffers are afraid to do it. And the other thing, and I reached out to Jesse, and I said, hey, what's going on with this and with BlackRock coming in? Is that going to change anything? He told me, no, BlackRock shouldn't change too much because Jesse's on the council, sub-council that deals with this.
BlackRock purchasing AES.
But he says, keep in mind about this. Number one, rate cases are not the only way to raise prices. In Indiana, utilities can use trackers to charge consumers for their costs without asking for a formal rate case. Rate cases require them to open the books to the regulators, so they prefer not to use that tool to get the costs if they can afford it. And number two, they justify their rates based on guaranteed rate of profit. So if a gigantic data center gets built in an area like they're trying to get in Monrovia, that would be a more efficient way for them to sell power. Think of it as a beer truck. Yes, a beer truck could go around and provide beers to all these different bars, but they could also just open up the truck and sell it that way. And it's a heck of a lot easier, one place compared to others. So don't get it twisted. AES has multiple ways that they're going to try to screw you for their money. That they just jacked up the rates last year, and now they're wanting to do it again. And Boss Hogsett is the wheel behind all of this. He's the one negotiating this deal because he's got financial skin in the game.
Like, on a base level, I wonder what AES could do to cut costs over there so they wouldn't have to raise their rates.
You lost AES when you said cut costs.
I mean, it's just like...
AES just turned off the radio.
It's just like property taxes, referendums here in the city, in the state, the government shut down. So what maybe could you cut back on your end so you wouldn't have to screw the consumer?
Well, we don't accept any of that, Nigel. On behalf of AES and BlackRock, we're here to screw you. Now, if we screw you a little less than originally pitched, then you should be thankful for it. AES out. That's a little role playing there. Nigel, if you need a couple reasons to drink tonight, I got two of them for you.
Friday night.
Today would have been the 66th birthday of one of my all-time favorites, Norm Macdonald.
Oh, man.
Should have been 66 today.
I don't think anybody knew he was sick. His death came as a surprise. Leukemia or something like that? It was
Kept it a big secret for a long time. Nobody told better OJ jokes than Norm Macdonald.
And the Pope came out with a book this week, which contains a series of essays examining faith and morality in today's secular world and the changing role of the Catholic Church as it approaches the 21st century. The book is entitled, God Himself Told Me That O.J. is Guilty. Testimony during the final week provided some spellbinding moments. In a brilliant move during closing arguments, Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat.
So good. Just that delivery. People try to rip off that delivery style all the time. You can't do it. Nobody can do it like Norm.
And then go check out his podcast. If you could go back and listen to his, before he died, he had a podcast. Was great and inappropriate in every way, shape, or form.
Also, if you need a reason to drink tonight, happy 53rd birthday to rapper Eminem. Marshall Mathers, 53 today. So we're going to play a quick round of Don't Forget the Lyrics with producer Allison, okay?
Man.
We are going to play a little bit of an Eminem song. We'll stop it at some point. You get the next part, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Number one.
Hi, my name is Slim Shady.
There we go. All right. All right.
Easy.
1 for 1. Number 2.
I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating, so won't the real Slim Shady please stand up?
There we go. There we go. We're cooking. Number 3.
This looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, because we need a little controversy, because it feels so empty. Without me?
Yes!
Wow.
Pull that out of your backside.
Yeah,
there
I
we
just had to
go.
sing it. I forgot about that one.
And this is the last one, number 4.
Did you capture 8 Mile? Just let it slip.
Here we go.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, there we go. Sweep.
Impressive.
Another sweep. Get those brooms out, baby. Allison's sweeping people out of here.
Happy birthday, Marshall.
Matt Bear.
Eastbound 70 by the airport. Hey, stall approaching 465. It blocks the left lane. Not carried a delay right now. Looking at the east side, southbound 465. 11-minute delay from 72 south Shadeland. Downtown crash reported. Northbound 6570 at Washington. We're backed up to Raymond. And then eastbound 70 slow after Harding into the south split. And inbound 65 is slow from 21st Street to Meridian. Southbound 6570 construction with a 3-minute delay. North split to the south split. Inbound 69, 3-minute delay, 106th Street to 465. Southbound Keystone Parkway, slow from 106 to 465. And on the northwest side, northbound 65, slow out of the 465 ramps to West 86th Street. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Quick shout out to my UPS driver, Rosie. This dude, I got to tell you, is a super fan of Hammer and Nigel. You know how UPS, those big brown trucks, roll around in the summer with the doors open? He blasts the Hammer and Nigel show. I've only heard about this in my neighborhood because I'm usually here when he's driving. But when we left for the airport last week, I didn't come. He came by and he dropped off a package. And my wife has met him before, and she sees the names on the package. She goes, "Wait, is your husband Nigel from the Hammer and Nigel show?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then so I finally met Rosie on the day we left for vacation. I got to give him a big shout out. He blasts our show like it's Kiss.
Oh, that's awesome.
Throughout the neighborhood, like it's like you could hear him coming down like he's an ice cream truck. Except the creepy music, it's Hammer and Nigel show. So special shout out to Rosie, the UPS driver, my man.
Next time he has a delivery, I hope he asks, your better half, Miss Lindsay. Yeah, Nigel said you should have rode him like the horse the other day.
He probably will now.
72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Is this anything? Next.
Oh, man, talking Hammer and Nigel here, your Central Indiana American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro Dealer. Absolute comfort. Have you heard about these things? They specialize in these ductless mini splits. They can be mounted on your wall or flush with the ceiling. They heat and cool at a very efficient level, and they can be used to heat or cool specific rooms without ductwork, which is a very clean and efficient way to heat and cool your home.
These high-tech units are how most of the world heats and cools their homes and offices. These Mitsubishi electric ductless systems have advancements that can sense when a person's in a room, and then it can warm or cool that room to that person's wishes. For the ultimate in efficiency and comfort, contact Chris Wedekin at Absolute Comfort to find out more. AbsoluteComfort.org. That's AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort is your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro Dealer. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
If you have Medicaid and are new to Medicare, you may qualify to enroll in a Humana Medicare Advantage dual eligible special needs plan with a lot more benefits like dental, vision, and hearing, along with helpful support when you need it most. Now is the time to see if you qualify to enroll. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you're eligible. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options. So this Medicare planning season, we can help you plan well. Learn more at humanaduals.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a dual-eligible special needs HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a program presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. The Attorney General's office reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free. Search indianaunclaimed.gov.
What was the name of the UPS driver that was listening to the show, Nigel?
My man Rosie.
Rosie.
Blasts our show through our neighborhood when he's dropping off packages. I saw him when I was walking my dog this morning. As emasculated, I'm walking this tiny little puppy dog with its other little bag of poop. And Rosie just pulled out. He's like, "You've been domesticated, man."
Now get your ass in that man van, boy.
That little white man van of yours.
Tyler Fox sends us a message. He's a UPS driver.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, man.
He's like, UPS drivers all across the state blaring Hammer and Nigel, baby. So I retweeted my guy Tyler at Hammer and Nigel.
Okay.
Is this anything? We've got a viral video out of the UK and their version of The Traitors. Listen to what happens while their celebrities await the next challenge.
Players, welcome to the worst team-building away day experience in history. What just happened?
I just farted, Claudia. I'm so sorry. It's nerves, but I always own up.
I always own up too. Guys, settle.
Farts are always funny, right? And it seems a little more elegant, a little more classy when it comes with somebody from an English accent. I farted. Can we play that again?
Especially when they're trying to make you scared. Like, this is supposed to be a scary thing.
Welcome to the worst team-building away day experience in history. What just happened?
I just farted, Claudia.
At least they admit it.
Right.
We've had audio on this show. Obviously, like Eric Swalwell, Fartwell.
Yes.
Farting on live TV, just tries to ignore it and make believe that it never happened.
There was a Kentucky newscaster that let one fly, never apologized for it. Wendy Wilson, or whatever her name is, Williams, she had the burp snort, and she at least apologized for it.
Sorry.
The Kevin James like burp snort from Grown Ups. She did that in front of a live studio audience. Is this anything? 3 people wearing Halloween masks terrorized a home in Virginia.
Oh, I saw this.
They threatened to harm the people inside and even tried to break in. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Here's some of the doorbell ring camera recording and somebody in the neighborhood talking about what happened.
The roof's not there. Open the door. Either you come out or we coming in.
At first, I thought it was just a Halloween joke, a little prank. So I said Happy Halloween, and they kept like knocking on the door. The knocks would get harder and harder.
Open the door.
And they threatened to kill us. It could have been bad. Our Second Amendment right was not used and could have been, like, being very transparent.
Oh, yeah, that's something. And did you catch what she said at the end? Our Second Amendment rights could have been used, and they're lucky they weren't. Right. I saw the video footage is like something out of a horror movie. Literally knocking on her door, and the Ring video it's kind of got that grainy footage.
Right.
They even tried to break around her back door, her fence, but they took off. They're lucky they didn't. They're not dead.
And with the rise of AI, we were just talking about that earlier. There was some trend going around where people were making AI like intruders in the house, like AI homeless guys in your kitchen and stuff. And you're lucky people aren't coming down and getting shot. Because what if somebody's husband or son is in the kitchen making a sandwich and you get a text message, "Hey, Mom, somebody's in the house," and gunshots start ringing out. I'm telling you, man, you got to be careful with this kind of stuff. We got time for one more?
Whatever you want, man.
Let's do it. A naked man was caught on camera terrorizing a Florida neighborhood. Here are a couple of the victims breaking down what happened.
Asleep and the doorbell rang. I answered the door and opened the door, and there was a guy standing here, and he was
stark naked. Threw a potted plant through my truck window and tore the lights off the front of the house.
He pulled this screen out, laid it down, attempted to get the window open, we guess, and couldn't. So then he goes back here, grabbed an axe, and came back onto the back porch. We don't know why he didn't use it. We see him open up the fridge, grab a bottle of beer and a can of soda.
Yeah, that's something for sure. I'm surprised those guys weren't strapped. Florida man, and I'm almost certain this involves a drug of some sort. Why do people on drugs always get naked?
It feels good.
Well, the drugs are supposed to make you feel good.
Yeah,
what happens? Why do they always shed clothes? I'm not saying I don't see anything in the article about drugs in this, but I'm quite certain this guy was on some sort of drug, and it always involves, when you get to that point, taking your clothes off, Big Jim and the twins swinging around like a helicopter.
And what I didn't hear from this guy is the fact that this guy was also treating his body like an amusement park in some places.
Is that right?
Yes. That's in the story, but for whatever reason, that feels like a key part that they left out of the soundbite here.
Hey, look, I don't care if you're bopping the baloney. Just stay out of the beer fridge, dude.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Ukraine asks for long-range missiles. Cloudy, still 72 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:31. The purpose of that is to strike targets near Moscow and beyond. This comes as President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky met today. Trump said he's putting pressure on Russia through oil sanctions.
India will not be buying oil from Russia. They've already de-escalated, and they've more or less stopped. They're pulling back. They bought about 38% of the oil, and they won't be doing it anymore.
This is the third time Trump and Zelensky met at the White House this year. Yesterday, Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin talked about the war in Russia on the phone. Widespread showers and storms are possible on Saturday across Indiana.
And those storms could linger into Sunday. I'm John Herrick. As for how the rest of Sunday looks, Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis breaks it down.
The rainfall will be most widespread in the morning, and then we think once we get into the afternoon and into the evening hours, our rain chances start to taper off as we get some dry air that moves into the area.
He urges you to keep your eye on the sky because there could be lightning all throughout the state this weekend to accompany the rain, along with high wind gusts. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Police looked into a sexual assault at a massage parlor on Oleo Road on Monday in Fishers, Indiana. Someone said she was assaulted by a man during a massage session. The suspect tried to run off, but police said today that he was later arrested and he faces preliminary charges of rape and criminal confinement, among other things. And the horror sequel, The Black Phone 2, is having a great opening weekend. The film, which stars Ethan Hawke, earned over $2.6 million just from Thursday night previews, and it is expected to pull in up to $29 million by Sunday. The comedy Good Fortune is projected to bring in around $6 to $8 million. And now your WIBC Closing Bell report. At the closing bell, the Dow rose 238 points to 46,190. The S&P 500 gained 34 points to 6664. The NASDAQ increased by 117 points to 22,679. You've got traffic and weather coming up in 1 minute. It's 4:34.
Fall is here, and if that means it's time for new flooring in your home, then Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get your new flooring installed in as little as a few weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means receiving more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now now. Stop in today or visit brothers-floorcovering.com.
Puccini's Pizza, Pasta, Puccini's. 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 Puccini's Pizza, Pasta, Puccini's.
Traffic at 435. Matt Bear, what you got?
It is a crash downtown, northbound 6570 before Washington Street. And right now, we have the two right lanes closed. Traffic is stopped. Back to Raymond, eastbound 70 is stopped from Belmont into the south split. That's now a 7-minute delay. It is stalled by the airport. This is eastbound 70 heading towards 465. Stall blocking the left lane. No delay at the moment. Inbound 65 slow from 21st to Meridian. East side southbound 465 stop and go traffic from 72 south Shadeland at an 11-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Transform your backyard this fall with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with your best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends November 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Highs in the low 80s on Saturday with windy conditions. Showers and thunderstorms then return Saturday afternoon and night. Saturday evening and night, there is a low, isolated, stronger storm risk for damaging wind. Rainfall totals may exceed an inch in some areas. Sunday, windy with gusts up to 30 to 40 miles per hour, much more cooler with temperatures falling into the 50s after sunrise Sunday. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Enough is enough. Governor Braun said he would listen to Hoosiers and stand up to Washington's plans to rig our maps. But now those Washington insiders are coming to Indiana to finish the job. Unless we can stop them, we want our votes to count, our voices to be heard, and for lawmakers and Governor Braun to focus on issues that matter to us. Utility bills, inflation, taxes. Keep standing strong against redistricting at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, I'm Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
Matt Bear's here. What the hell do you want?
What do you want, traffic boy?
The best traffic reporter in all of Indy. Before we get into anything, may I have a moment here, Matt? We got our numbers back again. Hammer and Nigel Show.
Solve it.
#1 in the city once again.
Bravo!
And listen, this sounds like a broken record, but this is the absolute truth. Nigel and I are so fortunate for this gig. We work our butts off. We work hard when we're here to to put on a good show. I'm getting ready to go on vacation again. But we surround ourselves with the most amazing staff members. Like, Allison is such a rock star. We could not do this without Allison.
She just flipped you off, which I love her for.
She's getting a little cocky these days. She is. She's getting a little comfortable around us, but we love that. And then, of course, Matt Bear, you are the best traffic reporter in this city, and it's not even close.
I appreciate that. I love my gig. I have always loved my gig, even when I wasn't showing that I loved my gig. And it's so cool to be here, and not just be here like in a big city like Indianapolis doing radio. It's the crew that's assembled here, producers, on-air talent, news, everything. It's phenomenal, and to be able to work with talented people, it's so badass, man.
And man,
I'm
the
so
folks
lucky.
that listen to this little nickel and dime pony show every afternoon, God bless you. We try to inform you. We try to entertain you. Sometimes you agree, sometimes you don't. That's fine. But man, we're all part of this thing together, man. We're here in Indy. So thank you so much. You guys rock. This is like a dream come true for nerds like Nigel and I.
Congratulations to
Thanks,
the three
man.
of you, man. That's really cool.
So now that we got the happy, good feelings out of the way, I asked you in the hallway earlier, what do you want to talk about? And you just shook your head and said, big road construction weekend.
There's a big construction project coming up. Yeah, we have road work everywhere.
Come on.
Continuing. I thought summer was over and all the road work would go away. Of course, it doesn't happen like that. I mean, we still have like major projects on the northeast side, on the south side. That I-65 deal is going to be there until the end of next year. I hate to say that.
Which one?
The I-65 deal. I-65 deal. That's my scientific term for it. It's 65.
You know the thing.
You know the thing. See, it's 65 between 465 and the south split where they're adding a lane. And that's going to be until the end of next year. And the reroute's Madison Avenue on the south side, and that's under construction, too.
Man.
And
so think about this when winter comes, right? And there's a winter storm advisory, and the roads have got sleet and snow on them, and you get sent off the highway, which is usually in the best shape, to go on to Madison.
Yeah, you go on Madison, you're down to one lane in each direction. And keep this in mind on Madison. It's like 65, we're adding a lane. Madison Avenue, we're taking one away.
I feel like the dealer in European Vacation.
Wow.
How about you just go out in the back alley, I'll kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
That's what I was doing in my car. I was kicking myself in the nuts when I was in the Madison Avenue construction zone the other day. It always feels so narrow and so dangerous, and there are dump trucks coming in and out of this construction zone, which are a lot bigger than my car, my little crappy little car with the bumper taped on. And it's intimidating to me.
Why's that guy got his bumper taped on his car? Oh, that's the best traffic reporter in Indy. That's not fair.
It matches his blackout license plate. We love it for. And not only that, but if you're going, boy, I didn't want to get on this, guys. I'm sorry. When you're going south towards Indianapolis, north, and you're trying to get from like Pleasant Run, it's a bottleneck. So everybody's trying to get into this one construction lane at once, and you're only about, I don't know, it feels like 15, 20 yards from a construction worker. And anytime everybody's trying to merge into this, it's dangerous, man. It feels really dangerous.
Well, thank God that when the winter happens, everybody drives really well.
Sure.
So we've got that going for us.
Maybe we plow, maybe we don't. We might get a little snow plow out there this winter.
The first snow of the year, man.
I can't wait.
I always pray for you, Matt, because if we're on the air, and heaven forbid it just flurries a little bit, there's people out on the roads going, oh my God, what do we do?
It's bumper cars, man. The thing turns into a junkyard, and I laugh at it, not at people. I have nothing but empathy for our listeners and our drivers, because my top blows after a quarter of a mile driving downtown. Just the Piazza Produce trucks that put on their hazards anywhere they want.
Oh yeah,
they're called the Park Anywhere lights.
Yeah,
Matt.
I think it's an Indianapolis
DoorDash alley there on Washington Street.
DoorDash alley, a side swipe alley, T-bone alley as you want to call it. I feel like it really is a law in Indianapolis. You put on your hazards, you park anywhere you want, middle of the street, fine, do it. Yeah, it's going to be a tough winter as far as construction. We still have ClearPath up on the northeast side. That's the redesign, the makeover, the model of I-69 and 465, and that's still going on right now. And we have a lot of lane restrictions coming up there this weekend. So there are a lot of things going on as far as road work, and I know we don't have a Colts game this Sunday, but anytime you're out in Indianapolis during the weekend, I just advise you plan accordingly, plan ahead, and please be safe. It's tough, man.
And man, watch your speed, because it sounds like speeding tickets are getting passed out like cards in Vegas right now.
The state, you're talking about that Northeast Side project where they put up speed cameras. They take a picture of your license plate. Oh, you get something in the mail. It says, hey, this is your warning. And then the second violation, you get fined $75. The third violation is $150. Since these speed cameras were instituted, we're talking about the state has raked in like $600,000 in fines.
No.
Just hundreds and hundreds of these fines have gone out. So somebody's making some money on this. Somebody's making some bank. And that money, it just rolls into the general fund. It goes to the county, and people are able to hopefully put it back into the roads. That's the plan. I'm telling jokes today. I'm telling lots of jokes.
Matt, I thought you were clean. I thought you were sober now.
Somebody call rehab.
You know what?
He's off the wagon.
If I was in Dot, I'd just flip everybody the bird and say, hey, we're putting a toll booth on 465 with your ticket money, and that's going to be that. That's going to be the end of it.
Do they do the stoplight on the on-ramps here?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't we talk about that?
Oh, there's one in Beach Grove.
Yeah. Is there one in Beach Grove? I experienced for the first time ever, I experienced one in Denver a couple days ago. headed towards the airport. Never here, though.
Yeah.
How are they working out?
The rolling stoplights of Indianapolis. They're landmarks
Rolling
now.
stoplights.
Yeah, the rolling stoplights of Indianapolis.
It seems weird to come to a full stop and then have to just drop the hammer like a drag racer to merge onto the highway.
In the meantime, you have
That's
three
what I
semis.
felt like, yeah.
You have a whole caravan of semis coming by that right lane.
Like when they have those
What am I
nationals
doing?
here, like the NHRA nationals, you wait for the green light. Dude. Boom, gotta get on, gotta merge on.
Just floor it. And the front of your car comes up a little bit because you're, you're drag racing out of that. Yeah, they're still there. That's Southwest Side stuff. As you come off like
Southwest Side stuff.
Southwest Side stuff. Where's the Attorney General? When you come off like Emerson or I believe they're Brookville Road, and they have the ramp metering. That I would think that it makes people more safe. I don't know. I don't use those ramps very often, but if you're dealing with that as well as the road construction, God bless you.
Can you come back for one more segment, Matt?
I'd love to. I love being here.
Traffic Beasts, Matt Bear, he's with us. He's coming back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Man, oh man, in a hot real estate market like this, I wouldn't work with anybody else but real estate expert Mark Deal. Like Dan and Casey in Indianapolis. It was time to downsize. They needed to sell their old house quickly at full value. Mark Deedle and his team made it happen. They got their asking price in just a few weeks without any repairs or an appraisal.
And what separates him from the competition is the guarantee. Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That's right, he will buy it. No long-term contracts. You can change things. Just work with him. He's easy to work with. We know this. We've seen Mark Deedle in action. Call him, and he can walk you through all of this. 317-755-4232. That's 755-4232. MarkDeedle.com. Mark D-I-E-T-E-L. MarkDeedle.com. Ask about that guarantee.
Well, since my baby left me.
It's a tribute to the king of rock and roll. On October 17th and 18th, Frankie Marino and family come to the Hilbert Circle Theater to perform some of Elvis's most famous hits with conductor Enrico Lopez Yanez and the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra.
Well, it's so lonely it could die.
Don't wait. Get your tickets today. Tickets on sale now at IndianapolisSymphony.org or the ISO box office downtown.
Hey, it's JMV, and Miss M's Home and Garden is bursting with all things fall. Shop and save 20% now on interior fall decor. Now's a great time to think about fall plantings. Visit the friendly nursery staff to find the perfect trees and shrubs to upgrade your landscape. Some selections are up to 50% off. Still need to get your mums for the season? Miss M's Home and Garden has you covered. Visit the greenhouse for a great selection of local grown mums, pumpkins, gourds, and more. Miss M's on State Road 135, south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $289 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, 249 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, zero security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 11/2.
Transform your backyard this fall with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends November 1st. Visit IndieDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
Colts fans, they're on a roll, and so are we. It's the Colts Ultimate Tailgate Sunday, October 26th at noon at the Slippery Noodle. Come pregame with WIBC for the wildest party before kickoff. Drink specials, tailgate games, prizes, and non-stop Colts hype. Details at WIBC.com.
So we've got Matt Bear in our studio. We threw him on the YouTube chat. People are going to watch you do the traffic, Matt. Dreams are about to come true. Let's roll.
Eastbound 70 stall out by the airport. Approaching 465. A lane is blocked. No delay here at the moment. Downtown crash. Northbound 65, 70 at Washington Street. 2 right lanes are blocked. Traffic is stopped into the south split. This also backs up eastbound 70 to Belmont. It's barely moving. Northbound 65 slow into 65, 70 from Raymond Street. That's a construction delay. Also slowed by that northbound Washington crash. Southbound 65, 70 crash in the local ramp to Michigan Street, Ohio Street, and Fletcher Avenue. It's near Michigan Street, and it's partially blocked. That ramp is open, but man, is that slow. Also taking a look at eastbound 70, 2 minutes Belmont in. Inbound 69, 4 minutes right now from 106th Street to 465. That's a 4-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Indie Decorative Concrete. Transform your backyard this fall with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry. Offer ends November 1st. Visit IndieDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
73 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Matt, before we get into the clip from Supporting Sobriety, the podcast that you and Ryan Hedrick put on, any concerns of closures or restrictions with the No Kings rally at the State House tomorrow?
Not necessarily. I would just be very careful going around downtown. It's tough enough watching out for pedestrians, especially during convention times when you have a lot of out-of-towners. I'm thinking of the FFA convention, which we all love. We love having the kids here, but, people kind of meander out into the crosswalks. So, and I know whether or not you agree with No Kings, just please don't get yourself into trouble and get yourself into a traffic accident with a pedestrian truck. Just be very careful if you happen to be downtown tomorrow near the State House. If you're not, you're good to go. But again, just watch out. It is pedestrian friendly downtown, and very much so.
And maybe the No Kings folks could actually do something productive and go in front of the AES building downtown. And how about no rate increases? Could we do that?
The truth will set you free. I mean, come on. Good Lord.
Supporting Sobriety is the name of the podcast. You can subscribe to it, get it anywhere you get your podcast. There's a link to it on the WIBC website. What are we going to hear today?
Okay, in our last episode, Ryan Hedrick, our esteemed morning anchor, does so many cool things that TikTok is sure to cover if you want to follow him. But we talked about getting that call, making that call. Supporting Sobriety is about the caregiver, the people that we tormented through our addiction. I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict. Ryan is a recovering addict, and we want to talk to the caregivers of us and of the people in recovery. So every caregiver at some point, when you're dealing with a guy like me, you're going to get that call. Either I'm thinking about drinking or I'm drunk. And I encountered a situation where maybe I was starting to get a little bit on the fence, and that is not a place a recovering alcoholic wants to be. And this is what happened. I'm almost home. I can see the ramp. I can smell the ramp. I can smell the fresh pavement. And we hit this rolling closure. The interstate is completely closed, 1:30 in the morning. And my God, I'm surrounded by drunks.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, it was just to the right of me, to the left of me, in front and back. I had the motorcycle revving his engine, and he was listening to Bob Seger, all the way through the city. And then I had the R&B music coming in through the other window, and behind me, everybody was having a good time but me. And I'm just sitting there. And it's the first time I've really even thought about drinking all summer long was in this stopped traffic, because I'm looking around, everybody's smiling, have a good time, and I'm losing my fucking mind because I'm so close to home.
I mean, you're an open book in this podcast, man.
That's what almost drove you over the edge was traffic.
Here's the thing. And I'm coming home. I go up into a ball game in Chicago with my traffic family. I have a traffic family that I work with on a day-to-day basis. Love those guys as well. And I was coming back, and I should have said this before, but I hit that rolling closure. And the thing that bothered me is just nobody looked miserable except for me. As a matter of fact, they looked the exact opposite. If you're out in Indianapolis 1:30 in the morning, there is a chance you're inebriated. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying there's a chance.
Yeah,
there's a very good chance. And during that time, I'm texting one of my friends in recovery because I knew they'd be up. We're going back and forth. And when I got home, I didn't want to buy the bottle. I wasn't even thinking about drinking, in fact. But I really wasn't there where I was like, I'm going to go to the Kroger, the 16th Street Kroger, and buy a bottle of vodka when I finally get out of this traffic jam. It wasn't like that, but you just know when you get into recovery, you're starting to get on the fringe a little bit, get on that, off balance and everything. And that's why recovery is so cool, because there's somebody that's going to be there for you, ready to talk to you, even if it's in the wee morning hours, because that's what we have to do. We have
comforting.
To give it away, and then we get it back. So it was a cool moment for me because I was tested a little bit and I was able to come through it. So it was pretty badass.
Where can we find the podcast again, Matt?
Supporting Sobriety. It's on Apple, Spotify, any major podcast provider. You can check us out at sobriety_pod. And that's on X and Instagram. And we'd love to have your conversation. We'd love to have your thoughts about this or anything regarding recovery.
Love you, Matt. You're a rock star.
Thanks, buddy.
Love you guys. Thanks for having me in.
President Trump dropping the F-bomb. Next.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings, whether it's your basement, whether it's your pool deck, any indoor or outdoor area concrete, your garage, your utility room, Galaxy Concrete Coatings is the best in the business. They completely redid my garage floor, worked a miracle on my old, decrepit, cracked, dirty, uneven garage floor. Within a day, it's so much stronger. It's not epoxy they use. They use something called polyurea, which is the new premium standard when we're talking about coatings for concrete. Check out their website to see pictures and get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or call them 751-9070.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
It's opening night, presented by Kroger with your Indiana Pacers. Two to shoot. Oh, my goodness! What is happening here? Oh, my. A three from the left side. It's 75-37. It's a rematch of the NBA Finals when your blue and gold meet the Thunder Thursday at 7:30. Join us pregame for a party on the plaza. Score your tickets at Pacers.com. Pacers Thunder, Thursday at 7:30.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
mNEXSpike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna is here. To find it near you, visit mnexspike.com. That's mnexspike.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, 2 people were shot in Indianapolis today. You'll hear from what police say about that. Workers at a popular casino in the state have had enough, and you'll hear why. Those stories are coming up next after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Time to stop killing and make a deal. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump says that's what he told Russia's president yesterday in a call and Ukraine's president during a White House meeting today.
Finish it. End it. We want it ended. So many people have died in this war.
There's no word on any decision about green-lighting the sale of Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine to put more pressure on Russia for peace. The Trump administration now asking the U.S. Supreme Court to allow deployment of National Guard troops in the Chicago area. An emergency appeal to the High Court after a judge temporarily blocked deployment and a federal appeals court refused to put that order on hold. The administration argues the troops are needed to assist immigration enforcement operations as agents face sometimes violent protests. There were more clashes earlier today outside a suburban Chicago facility where protests started too early, violating a city-imposed restriction on the timing.
Chanting, making noise, and the big thing right now is they want to keep them in the designated protest areas and out of the street.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Broadview, Illinois, where multiple arrests were made as some demonstrators did not stay behind barricades. Across the U.S., hundreds of No Kings protests are planned tomorrow, organized by groups accusing the president of abusing his power. House Speaker Mike Johnson considers it a far-left publicity stunt.
You're going to bring together the Marxists, the socialists, the Antifa advocates, the anarchists, and the pro-Hamas wing of the far-left Democrat Party. That is the modern Democratic Party. That's where they've gone.
And he argues tomorrow's protests are part of why a government shutdown has continued. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
We look forward to sitting down with anyone, anytime, any place, either here at the Capitol or back at the White House.
Still calling for talks on health care funding, especially an extension of Obamacare tax subsidies. Republicans say the shutdown has to end first. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
2 shootings in Indianapolis today. You've got a partly cloudy sky and it's 71 degrees on Monument Circle. Low tonight is 59. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Indy Metro Police found one person that was shot in a neighborhood on Donald Avenue around 2 o'clock. That is on the northwest side. The person later died at a hospital. Officers also say someone else was shot on Edgemont Avenue just before 3 o'clock this afternoon. They say she is awake and breathing. Casino workers are demanding union representation, and their strike ensures that message. Here's Johnette Cruz.
Over 200 workers at Horseshoe Indianapolis Casino in Shelbyville launched a strike Friday at noon. The table dealers and dual-rate employees are demanding that management recognize their union, Teamsters Local 135, immediately. Their official union vote, which was scheduled for Friday, was delayed indefinitely due to the federal government shutdown, halting the National Labor Relations Board. Workers tried to avoid the delay by proposing a neutral third party to oversee the vote, but the casino refused. The workers are now on the picket line to pressure the casino into granting union recognition. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Natural Resources Department says their new licensing system, which you can check out on WIBC.com, has caused some headaches. Many hunters have found they have more than one account, which locks them out. Cindy Stites with DNR says they would need to merge those accounts so they can gain access again.
Other things, youth associations. If you have someone that is a youth that you act
on behalf of getting that youth member associated to your account and making sure all their information is there. You have access to purchase their license if necessary, and you can check their game for them.
Stites urges you to get your license well before deer firearms season, which starts November 15th. And in college basketball, there's an exhibition game this evening between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Marion Knights. Hoosier head coach Darren DeVries.
We want to simulate it as much of like a game as we can, and put guys in those situations, but also understand that they are exhibition games and your rotation may be a little bit different.
Tip-off at 7:30 and radio coverage starts at 6:30 on 93 WIBC. WIBC News Time 5:04, your traffic and weather next.
Whether it's the good food or the friendly mood, you can count on Indiana to never lose when it comes to tailgating. And we want to see you at every game. That's why Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. So kick off the season in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Right now, you can buy with 0 down. Choose from over 2,000 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. We'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. 0 down delivers, and Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles.
Hubler's got you covered.
Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations.
Cover me.
Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
You've got WIBC traffic at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Man, are we hitting south side crash eastbound 465 between 69 and 31, and 2 right lanes are closed. Traffic is stopped. Back to I-69. Downtown, northbound 6570 crash before Washington Street. 2 right lanes closed. Traffic jam to the south split. 3-minute delay. Then eastbound 70 is stopped because of this crash. Harding into the south split. That's delayed 10 minutes. Southbound 6570 jammed from the north split to the south split. Also a crash on that local ramp to Ohio Street, Fletcher Avenue, and Michigan Street. It's southbound 6570 at Michigan Street. West side crash. Southbound 465 at West 38th Street. It's on the exit ramp. The ramp is open, partially blocked. East side southbound 465 slow from 72 south at Shadeland. It's a 4-minute delay. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic from 106th Street to 82nd, a 3-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom print, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're in for an active and windy Saturday with near-record high temperatures in the low 80s. Showers and storms then return Saturday afternoon and night with a low risk for isolated stronger storm potential with damaging wind the primary threat. Rain totals up to over an inch possible. I'm Wish TV Storm Track ABD Urologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jacob McDaniel. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. We're roughly, 45 minutes away from Beer Sample Friday?
Again, the theme today is a childhood drink that will now make us intoxicated.
There's something a little decadent about that. Macabre, shall we say.
Look at you using all big words.
I don't know what we have yet, but you're saying a childhood, something you and I used to drink as kids, they've now turned into an alcoholic beverage?
Correct.
Okay, that's at 5:50 or so later on this hour on the Hammer and Nigel show.
Earlier today at the White House, Donald Trump met with Zelensky of the Ukraine, who's trying to get more U.S. weapons help. Trump met, virtually with Pootie yesterday. They had a conversation, and today it was Zelensky's turn.
Zelensky wants like some Tomahawk missiles?
Wants a little Tomahawk action.
Oh, yeah, sure, man. Hot commodity.
Tomahawk chop. He was doing that on his way in to meet with Donald Trump. Upset a few people here in America. Before the big meeting, here is President Trump speaking to reporters.
It's an honor to be with a very strong leader, a man who has been through a lot and a man who I've gotten to know very well, and we've gotten along really very well. And we had a big call yesterday, as you know, with President Putin, and we'll be talking about it.
So times have certainly changed between Trump and Putin. I'm sorry, Trump and Zelensky here, because it wasn't that long ago when Zelensky showed up to the White House, had like the Fetterman outfit on, sweatsuit, no suit, looked like a bum, and he got verbal beatdowns from not only Donald Trump, but J.D. Vance.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
I'm not
you're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a
Brown,
good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
I'm not playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
You're playing
cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing cards.
Serious.
You're gambling with the lives of
anymore.
millions of people.
You're
gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. It's
with
back
all
to
respect to you,
far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
even
entire
today.
meeting, you said thank
even
you.
Today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
That was the first meeting a few months ago, live in the Oval Office, right?
Right.
Since then, there's been a second meeting, right? And he was actually in a suit. Zelensky was in a suit the second time, but this was the first. That's unbelievable. I forgot about all that.
But it feels like they got a good relationship. Trump and Vance had to basically go off the top rope and say, look, little man, put on a suit and actually, be grateful that we're trying to help you here. You have no war without us right now, so knock off the crap. And ever since then, things have been going great. This is the second time I believe Zelensky's been in front of Donald Trump to have a conversation. And yes, for the second time, Donald Trump addressed the fact that Zelensky had a jacket on today.
I think he looks beautiful in his jacket. It's beautiful. I hope people notice. It's actually very stylish. I like it.
Nobody else asked for their thoughts on fashion advice except for when Zelensky's with Trump.
I feel like, though, the first time, isn't that pretty much par for the course? Zelensky, that's his wartime fatigues that he wears. His nation is in a state of war, so instead of a suit, he wears his army garb, his military fatigues.
Trump yelled at him, "Come back when you got a suit, you freeloading bum." And then he came back and he had a suit on, and relations have been great ever since. Trump saying that on his conversation with Vlad, they got the same goal.
President Putin wants to end the war, or I wouldn't be talking this way. I think he wants to end the war. I spoke to him yesterday for 2.5 hours. We went through a lot of details. He wants to get it ended. I think that President Zelensky wants to get it ended. Now we have to get it done.
But Zelensky still wants the tomahawks, right?
Still wants the tomahawks.
And I feel like Donald Trump at the beginning was like, yeah, we'll get you the tomahawks. And then earlier on this week, Trump kind of backed off. Well, we need the tomahawks. So no tomahawks for you. But we've got some Soviet-era bazookas from the 50s.
Where crap ton of grenades. A lot of grenades.
We got some landmines from the Korean War. If you want those.
Donald Trump did mention, though, he's been on the phone making some deals, trying to get people to stop buying oil from Russia to help kind of drain them financially. Yeah. India allegedly is on board for no longer buying oil from Russia, and that's a big, big client that Russia would be losing. Now, speaking of Donald Trump and foreign relations, while you were gone, Nige, there was another drug boat that got blown to hell.
I saw that.
Boat number 6, Venezuelan drug boat loaded with fentanyl. Bada bang, bada boom. Those dudes are now at the bottom of the ocean. Keith Olbermann, just an absolute nut. He's got an interesting thought on this.
Is Trump bombing boats off Venezuela to test to see if he can get away with bombing Americans in America?
Gee.
What these narco terrorists are trying to smuggle fentanyl, which could kill tens of millions of Americans, and he's comparing it to bombing people in America?
He thinks it's a test run to see if we're going to be okay with Trump just randomly bombing Americans. Can I hear Keith Olbermann just one more time, please, Allison? Because I think this bears repeating.
Is Trump bombing boats off Venezuela to test to see if he can get away with bombing Americans in America?
Narrator, no. Like, again, we talked about this when the dude was here yesterday, Casey's husband, Jim.
Yeah.
Nobody is better at making Democrats stick up for bad guys like Donald Trump is, because he's bombing narco terrorists here. Now you've got folks on the political left that are like pro-fentanyl dealer just because Trump is killing them.
They haven't had their due process. Caribbean water is full of narcotics.
The Babylon Bee had the picture of like a local public defender being parachuted into the drug boat to read them all of their due process paperwork. Before we hit a break with traffic here, I thought this clip was worth playing because it brings it all together. At the big meeting with Zelensky today, he spoke to the reporters, and the topic of Venezuela came up. Bombing of drug boats. Have you had conversations with their crazy leader, Maduro? Is he willing to play ball? Take a listen to how the Q&A session came to an end today.
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to f*** around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
No! Is that AI?
That's not AI. That is the real McCoy, my friend. We'll play that again after Matt Baer.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Gives us a look at the roads.
All right, fellas, downtown, northbound 6570 of Washington, a crash blocking two right lanes, jamming us up into the south split. That's delayed 3 minutes, but eastbound 70 is stopped right now from Belmont into the south split. That's delayed 12 minutes right now because of that crash. Inbound 65, stop and go 29th to Meridian, then southbound 6570. The crash on the local ramp, that cleared, but we're still jammed on the main part of southbound 6570 from the north split to the south split. That's a 9-minute delay. On the west side, crash southbound 465 at West 38th Street on the exit ramp. The ramp is open, partially blocked. East side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic 72 South Shadeland Avenue. That's a 5-minute delay. Also a crash on the east side. This is Washington Street at Franklin Road. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard that Staples Easy Button is back with even more easy? Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, it's 73 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. I want to play this one more time. This is how the sitting president of the United States wrapped up a meeting with the press today when somebody asked him about Venezuela's leader.
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to f*** around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
And he wrote off. That's it for me, everybody. Good night.
And that's not AI.
No.
Okay.
That is the real McCoy. Coming up next, a fun-spirited round of Are You Okay With This? Come on back.
My wife and I, our whole family loves the furniture we have from Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Our outdoor furniture, our Tempur-Pedic mattress. By the way, it's time for their annual Sit, Sleep, and Eat sale. Lowest prices of the year on all Lazy Boys, Flex Steel, and Smith Brothers. I could go on and on. Save up to $400 on the Big Green Egg. Free delivery and interest-free financing.
Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, Indiana, owned and operated by the same family since 1927. And when everybody else is raising prices, they still have free delivery and setup if you live within 75 miles of their store. And more importantly, they support what we do here at the Hammer and Nigel Show. So next time you guys need something, whether it's a couch, whether it's a love seat, whether it's an amazing Tempur-Pedic mattress, head down to Columbus, Thompson Furniture and Mattress. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops, suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I've put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 317-660-0929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Join me for some bourbon at Kilroy's Broad Ripple on Tuesday, October 21st for bourbon, barbecue, and breadsticks. You can get a 3-pour premium bourbon tasting. You can even get a bottle of Kilroy's Blanton's Gold, their own private barrel selection, and the complete barbecue and breadstick buffet. And me, I will be there Tuesday, October 21st. This is Kilroy's Broad Ripple. Get your tickets at the link on their Facebook page. From 7 to 10 p.m. Tuesday, October 21st, it's bourbon, barbecue, and breadsticks at Kilroy's Broad Ripple. Get your tickets on their Facebook page.
Enough is enough. Governor Braun said he would listen to Hoosiers and stand up to Washington's plans to rig our maps. But now, those Washington insiders are coming to Indiana to finish the job. Unless we can stop them, we want our votes to count, our voices to be heard, and for lawmakers and Governor Braun to focus on issues that matter to us. Utility bills, inflation, taxes. Keep standing strong against redistricting at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Save plenty this spooky season with Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $129 plus 15% off dryer vent and duct cleaning too. ZeroResIndy.com.
Are you really okay with this? Are you okay?
Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
And coming up just a little bit after 5:30, just how instrumental was President Trump in the peace deal that got the Israeli hostages released from Hamas? We will find out from Breitbart editor-at-large Joel Pollack. He is the guy you want to know. He is the guy on the ground. He was the guy in Israel 2 days after those terror attacks 2 years ago. So how instrumental was the United States and Donald Trump creating this peace deal, bringing everybody together in the Middle East? Even countries and people that hate each other can all agree they hate Hamas and Iran. We'll get to that a little bit after 5:30. Hammer. Governor J.B. Pritzker, whose nickname is
Fat Pig,
won $1.4 million in Vegas playing blackjack recently. The billionaire Illinois governor, who is the 2028 presidential shortlist he's on, reported the earnings in his latest tax filings after playing blackjack in Vegas at a casino. Are you okay with this?
Controversial opinion here, because you guys know how much I despise Governor Fat Pig.
Sure.
Hate everything about his politics, hate everything that he stands for. but you got to tip your hat to somebody that goes on that type of a heater on the blackjack table. Like, if my options are
I knew it.
Governor, Fat Pig, or the House, who's caused more problems for me in my life? The House. Like George Clooney's speech in Ocean's 11, the House always wins until you find that one moment, then you bring down the House. I don't like anything this guy does. I think he's full of crap. I think if it wasn't for his family, he'd have $0 and not a pot to pee in.
Hindering ICE from doing their job?
Correct. But the real reality is, like what Alan's dad taught us in The Hangover,
you never walk away from the table when you're on a heater.
Sounds like he went on a heater. Now, he's got a little bit more zeros in his bank account, so he's playing with higher denominations than I normally sit down with. But I'm not going to say somebody that takes down the House like that is not a friend of mine.
What's the minimum at a table that Pritzker, that a billionaire, any billionaire sitting down at in Vegas? Like, there's a minimum, right?
Oh, I bet he was at the high roller section.
Of course.
He's not sitting down with some tourist from Beech Grove, Indiana at the table. He's at the high roller section. I bet he was probably playing $100,000 hands at the bare minimum, probably.
Damn.
And then you start doubling down, you start splitting. Yeah, it catches up to you, man.
Nicki Minaj, rapper / pop star, rushed to Britney Spears' defense and called her ex-lover, Kevin Federline, a, quote, biatch.
Oh.
In a now deleted post.
Oh.
Are you okay with this?
I was all right with it until you told me she deleted the post. Don't delete the post person. Do not do it. Governor Braun, Lieutenant Governor Beckwith, Nicki Minaj, there's a good chance that at least 2 out of the 3 of you are listening right now. Do not delete tweets. Just own it. Explain later, but when you delete stuff, the other side wins.
Kevin Federline has an upcoming memoir. Kevin Federline's horrible book. It's called You Thought You Knew. It contains some damning claims about Britney Spears.
Who's rushing out to buy K-Fed's book? And do we really believe that K-Fed's got the intelligence to write a book? Who's the real writer? This was like an auto-pin Biden thing, right? And last thing on Britney.
I'm sure.
As you guys know, I've always had a little thing for Britney.
Yeah.
And even though she's just a lunatic now, I will say this. I feel like we owe her dad an apology. Because for a long time, there was this Free Britney movement. And she was in this
alone.
conservatorship, and everybody thought she was being mistreated, and everybody thought her dad was the bad guy here. Well, since the judge let her out, if you follow her on Instagram, holy hell, she is a train wreck. And I don't think this is a theatrical thing. She's a mess.
A lot of nudity.
A lot of nudity, which, okay, that's fine. But it's like she's dancing with knives, and she has
saw that one.
Like weird bags under her eyes with mascara running down. There's a lot going on there, and I feel like we kind of owe her dad an apology.
Are you okay with this? A Milwaukee Brewers fan is out of a job.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. There's more to the story?
This is because the Brewers beat the Cubs.
I may be a little salty.
Go
ahead.
A Milwaukee Brewers fan out of a job after making racially charged comments to a Latino Dodgers fan during Game 2 of the NLCS. The Dodgers fan, he was recording a video, like talking trash to this lady, to this female Brewers fan, and she can be heard saying, "Let's call ICE." Again, the guy trash talking with the camera in this lady's face. The Dodgers fan trash talking the Brewers fan. She says, "Let's call ICE." The Dodgers fan responds, "Call ICE, call ICE. I'm a citizen and a war vet, baby girl." She's lost her job, by the way, because of this interaction that went viral on social media. Are you okay with this?
So if you're going to say call ICE, you probably better make sure that it's not an American citizen and somebody that served our country. That's number one.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably.
And number two, look, everybody's got the freedom of speech. I get that. And nobody's putting this person in jail. But as we said during the Charlie Kirk stuff, you can be fired. If you say something or you get caught doing something stupid on video or you post it on social media, you can be fired. If your company views you as somebody that's not worth keeping around, you will be shown the door for being a moron on social media. So, yeah, one less Brewer fan has a job. I'm fine with that. Hope they get swept. All right, we are counting down the minutes until Beer Sample Friday. We got Joel Pollack of Breitbart coming up. But right now, Jake's got the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Updates on their meeting. Skies are partly cloudy, 72 in downtown Indy tonight, lows in the upper 50s. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 529. Ukrainian President Zelensky met with President Trump today, saying their discussion on Russia's war in Ukraine was productive. Zelensky said they covered everything from air defense to how to end the war, but he dodged questions about long-range missiles after President Trump expressed some hesitation about sending the U.S. supply of Tomahawk missiles.
We decided that we don't speak about it because nobody wants, United States doesn't want escalation.
Zelensky says they also talked about security guarantees for Ukraine and that he trusts Trump to wanting to end the war. And rain is supposed to fall across Indiana this weekend. Here's John Herrick.
It does bring with it the possibility of severe weather both Saturday and Sunday. But Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there is an upside to it.
This rainfall will definitely be beneficial for portions of the state that are seeing, these worsening drought conditions.
And he says it will help up to a point.
Now, it won't completely get us out of the drought, but it will be beneficial and at least help us from seeing worsening drought conditions.
As far as when the storms could be strongest, he thinks that's likely Saturday afternoon and evening. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Deer firearms season kicks off November 15th, and Indiana's Natural Resources Department reminds you about their new online license system, which you can check out WIBC.com. DNR's R3 Community Engagement Specialist Cindy Stites says the most important thing is to get in and get your license early.
If you have issues, that way you're not waiting till the night before or even the morning of when you're getting ready to head out.
She also urges you to check your personal info and make sure you have access before opening day. And the summer horror film Weapons is coming to HBO Max in time for Halloween. The film, which has earned over $260 million globally, will be available for streaming starting on October 24th. News time is 5:31. Your traffic now with Map Air.
Weapons is so good. Northbound 6570 on Washington Street, crash blocking 2 right lanes. Stop traffic back to the south split for a 2-minute delay. Eastbound 70 jammed hard and into the south split. Inbound 65 slow after 21st to Meridian. And then on the northeast side, it is a stall. Northbound 465 shy of East 71st. Right lane is blocked with traffic stop and go back to Penn Pike. Inbound 69 slow with a 3-minute delay 106. Street 282nd. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Transform your backyard this fall with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends November 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We are tracking a very active weekend that kicks off on Saturday with near record high temperatures, with highs in the low 80s on Saturday with windy conditions. Showers and thunderstorms then return Saturday afternoon and night. Saturday evening and night, there is a low, isolated, stronger storm risk for damaging wind. Rainfall totals may exceed an inch in some areas. Sunday, windy with gusts up to 30 to 40 miles per hour, and much more cooler with temperatures falling into the 50s after sunrise Sunday. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. You and I were both gone at the beginning of the week. Of course, still paying attention to world events. I'm talking about the hostages, the Israeli hostages being released by Hamas after the terror attack 2 years ago. Certainly remember talking to our next guest a couple of days after that terror attack Hamas going into Israel, capturing hostages, murdering well over 1,000 innocent civilians. Breitbart News senior editor-at-large Joel Pollack. Joel, tell us about your analysis at the beginning of this week, how much Donald Trump had to do with what happened. And I am hearing words like unprecedented and things like that. What's your take?
It is unprecedented, and I think you have to step back and look at what Israel's goals were at the start of the war. The first goal was to rescue the hostages, and that was a common goal across Israeli society, left or right. People wanted the hostages back. The second goal, which I think for Benjamin Netanyahu was perhaps the primary goal, but the second goal in terms of how widely shared it was in Israel, was to defeat Hamas and remove them from power, disarming them if possible. At first, these two goals seemed irreconcilable, and that drove a lot of the opposition to Netanyahu because a lot of the people for whom the hostages were the top priority felt that he was jeopardizing a deal that could get them released by insisting on destroying Hamas. And Netanyahu insisted the entire time that he could do both. Meanwhile, Israel defeated enemies on every other front, from Hezbollah in Lebanon to the Syrian regime to the Houthis in Yemen to Iran to the Iraqi militias that were firing missiles. Israel just took everybody out or severely damaged their capabilities and showed that Israel could reach them, even the Hamas leadership in Doha in Qatar. And then this deal came about where miraculously, Netanyahu was in fact able to achieve both objectives, where Hamas agreed to leave power and to give up all of the hostages, living and dead. Now, they haven't handed over all of the dead bodies yet, and they also haven't agreed explicitly to disarm. And in fact, they're running around Gaza right now executing their political opponents, which interestingly, the world doesn't have a problem with. The world only cares about Palestinians being killed when Israel is at war with the Palestinians. The world does not care when Palestinians kill other Palestinians. But that was the unprecedented nature of this, and the person I think who is credited most and who deserves the credit is President Donald Trump.
And Joel, the last part of what you talked about, something we've been talking about for the last couple of days, while yes, it's been great to see progress for this peace deal and hostages, the living hostages being exchanged, we're far from the finish line here because Hamas is still getting squirrely.
Well, that's true, but I think with the involvement of the rest of the Arab and Muslim world and a commitment to help govern and rebuild Gaza, I think Hamas is going to have a harder time rebuilding and reconstituting itself. Also, Israel hasn't given up on its right to self-defense. It can still go into Gaza and take out terrorists. It has withdrawn to ceasefire lines, but if Hamas tries to attack Israelis, they're going to have the war resume and in a much worse position because now they won't have the leverage of the hostages to trade away. So I think that this time really is different, and it's different because of two people, obviously Netanyahu, and again, as I mentioned before, Trump. I mean, I think Netanyahu's resolve in committing to winning the war frightened Hamas, and it was not what they expected. They expected him to do a deal, especially given the domestic political pressure in Israel to do a deal. And I think the fact that he went after the leaders in Doha, who had enjoyed a comfortable exile until then, really shook the organization up. And then you had President Donald Trump arming the Israelis and saying that he was willing to let them do whatever it was they needed to do if Hamas didn't agree to a deal. I think that a message eventually got through. And I think that the strength of Trump and his strong support for Israel and the resolve of the Israeli government to win the war, I think it pushed Hamas into a corner. And eventually the Arab and Muslim world said to Hamas, it's time to stop. We'll find some solution for you out of this. You can hold on to the billions of dollars you've stolen, or you can leave the Gaza Strip alive, or whatever it was. But I think they said, look, the game is up, and it's time to stop now. It's affecting the entire region. It's affecting us. We're not going to let it go on anymore. Israel is starting to attack targets in our countries, which we want to keep safe from all of this. So I just think it shows you how powerful good leadership can be. And the importance of a strong U.S.-Israel alliance. When that alliance is strong, then there's peace in the region. When the alliance is weak or shaky, as it has been under the previous two Democratic administrations, both of which have tried to distance themselves from Israel, that's when you see wars erupt. That's when you see terrorism spread. They take advantage of what's perceived as a distance between the U.S. and Israel. And there just has to be a strong alliance. Even if there are ups and downs, even if there are disagreements over specific issues, there has to be a strong alliance.
Breitbart News senior editor at large Joel Pollack here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Let's go back to the hostages for a second. How are they treated 2 years plus in captivity?
Most appear to be malnourished and in poor physical condition, but good enough at least to walk for the most part. Some appear in better condition. It probably depends who was holding them, but some appear absolutely emaciated and they look very, very unhealthy. They look like they've lost maybe half their body weight, and it's actually frightening. I think that the fact that the world tolerated this situation for so long is a disgrace. Some of the stories that have come out already have been that the hostages were at times denied food for days or even weeks on end, maybe given a piece of bread every day and a little bit of dirty water. And there are stories also of Hamas commanders sitting down and eating meat and beans in front of the hostages and telling them that if they converted to Islam, they would get more food. And the hostages refused. So that tells you a little bit about what they had to endure. And, of course, there's the case of one of them who had to dig his own grave in that infamous propaganda video. The fact that he emerged alive is really a testament to the power of faith and the human spirit. But just imagine what it took to survive that.
And what has this meant for Netanyahu? Because there were some conflicting reports before this deal was made that maybe folks in Israel were starting to tire a little bit of business as usual led by Netanyahu. But it feels like now that we've kind of reached a point where it feels comfortable, I don't know if that's the right word or not, but a place where there's a peace deal on the table. How's his political numbers? What's his political future?
Well, there are two polls out this week that show that he is skyrocketing in the polls. And his party would receive 34 seats out of the 120 if the election were held today. That would match or come close to the highest they've ever received. And in terms of the question of who should be the prime minister of Israel, he has several times the amount of support of his closest competitor, Naftali Bennett. Now, it's very early. The next election isn't for another year, so things can obviously change in politics, but it's a sign of how the Israeli public have rallied to his side. And yes, the war was dragging on and people were impatient with him, and there are many people who don't like his domestic policies, and they often will tell you that he's just been around forever. The longest-serving prime minister in Israel's history. He has been in office since 2009, with the exception of a brief interregnum in 2021 and 2022. And that's a very long time to be in office. People do like change. So to some extent, the Israeli public was looking for new leadership. But I think people appreciate the way in which he led this war to a successful conclusion and the way in which he managed the relationship with the United States. He very successfully navigated the challenges of the Biden presidency and then took advantage of the friendship of President Donald Trump to bring Israel to victory, and in, as I said earlier, a very unexpected way.
Yeah, Joel Pollack, one more thing before we let you go. I mean, this might be sort of a naive question, but have you ever seen anything like this before in terms of all the countries in the Middle East coming together and saying, all right, we've had enough of Iran, we've had enough of Hamas? Is this as close to quote-unquote peace in the Middle East as we've seen in a long time, in your opinion?
Well, we're not really at the point of peace, and the task now will be rebuilding Gaza in a successful way and settling some of the lingering disputes. I think the Israeli-Palestinian question should be relatively easily settled now, given that both the Palestinian Authority and Israel are cooperating on this post-war situation for Gaza. But there are still a lot of outstanding issues. I also think that you have a problem now in the West where some of the most radical voices on the Middle East conflict are not coming from the Middle East, but are coming from American college campuses and from inside the halls of Congress.
Yeah.
Are those radicals going to allow a peace deal to take place? You know, these people shouted and protested for ceasefire for so long. You'd think they'd be happy, but they're not. They're not protesting in thanks. They're not demonstrating their appreciation. If you see the scene in Israel on social media or news websites this week, people have been literally dancing in the streets, and not just in Israel, in the Jewish community in the United States. There are people who are overjoyed, and it's a week of festivals anyway in the Jewish community, so people were dancing for that reason. But my kids go to a Jewish school, and the school held a celebration for the end of the war because people are glad the war's over and they're glad it ended so successfully. That's not happening on the Palestinian side, and the pro-Palestinian activists, anti-Israel activists, they're just vowing to press ahead and to push for more sanctions, and they're unhappy because they're just radicalized. And so the question is, will they allow peace to take root in the Middle East?
Find his work, Breitbart.com. Great to talk to you, as always. It's Breitbart News Senior Editor-at-Large, Joel Pollack. Joel, have a great weekend, man. We'll talk to you soon.
You too, guys.
Nigel, I believe coming up next on Beer Sample Friday, we're going to take a beloved childhood drink and find a creative way to get drunk with it.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's next. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Guys, don't you hate that feeling? Your energy slipping away, losing what makes you, you. It could be low testosterone, and you can take action right now. Synergen X and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T test. Visit a local Synergen X or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like the other clinics.
Treatment is covered by most major health insurance, and affordable self-pay options are available. So the best you is waiting right now. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com. Guys or ladies, if you feel your energy is slipping and you need somebody to take a look at it, set up that free evaluation today. trtmvp.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $289 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, 249 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, zero security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 11/2.
Fall is here, and if that means it's time for new flooring in your home, then Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get your new flooring installed in as little as a few weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means receiving more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Stop in today or visit brothers-floorcovering.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
mNEXSpike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna is here. To find it near you, visit mnexspike.com. That's mnexspike.com.
Head to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Dancing with the Stars Wednesday, February 25th at Old National Center.
Matt Baer has a look at the roads.
Northeast side, northbound 465 at East 71st Street. It's a stall. Right lane blocked and traffic stop and go back to Penn Pike. It's an 11-minute delay. Also on the east side, southbound 465 delayed 4 minutes from 70 to 74. Inbound 65 slows around west. Southbound 65, 70 barely moving from the north split down to the south split. And northbound 65, 70, the crash cleared at Washington and that stretch is cleaned up. But we're still northbound 65 stop and go Raymond Street into the south split because of that construction. Crash on the east side, Washington at Franklin Road. Crash northeast side, 116th at Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Transform your backyard this fall with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor furniture set with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry. Offer ends November 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
73 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and it's Beer Sample Friday.
Right now.
Hammer and Nigel present
Beer Sample.
Fry.
I got some beers. Let's drink them, huh?
Beer's on sale, people. Come down, get you some.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. This is the way I'm going to plan all my vacations, Hammer. Be gone all week, come back on a Friday, exclusively for Beer Sample Friday.
Work one day, have a couple more days off.
Love it. Love it. What do we got?
So we teased at the end of the last segment.
Yeah, that was quite an unusual tease, actually.
Going to take a childhood favorite and try to get drunk off of it. So let me slide this over to you here, Nige.
Okay, like a... Oh, my dear Lord.
It's not really a beer.
Really?
But it's
Sunny D. But there's something underneath the words that say Sunny D.
Vodka seltzer. Sunny D.
This is so wrong. This is a drink from my childhood. A big plastic orange jug in my refrigerator. I'd be dehydrated. I'd go in and chug it when I was a kid, and now they've turned it into something that could get you hammered.
Dave Chappelle did a great joke about the old classic Sunny D commercial.
Remember that commercial for Sunny Delight when all the kids run in from outside playing and they all run to the fridge?
Yep.
All right. I got some purple stuff, some Sunny D. As soon as you say Sunny D, all the kids go, yeah! Watch the black kid in the back. If you ever see that commercial again, look at that black kid. He'd be like, I want that purple stuff.
The classic commercial. Let's crack it open. Okay. There it is. Let me give it a sample here.
Sunny D vodka seltzer.
Oh, it's pretty good.
It still has its Sunny D taste.
It does.
But also vodka.
We got some purple stuff. Sunny D!
Up next, Pedialyte Hard. 5.5 ABV. Ladies and gentlemen, here's to the weekend. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show. We'll be back.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the Crossing on the north side. It's next to that green bridge. You can't miss it. And I'm telling you, the customer service you get at Diamonds Direct will blow you away. You've got a lot of options in the jewelry game, but once you go into Diamonds Direct, you will never go into another jewelry store again. The biggest selection, the lowest prices. That's why they're Diamonds Direct. They get their diamonds directly from the source. They pass the savings on to you. And the staff, They are trained to make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. There's no pressure to spend more than you have. You're going to get options. You are guaranteed to leave happy with the staff at Diamonds Direct. Any one of the amazing sales team members. I work with a young lady named Chris. So if you walk into Diamonds Direct and you see Chris, ask her 2 questions. Number 1, is it true that Jason Hammer is the most attractive man she's ever seen? And number 2, what is the best way I can get the biggest bang for my buck? They live for that kind of stuff. Nobody does it better. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. Ask about their warranties. Tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Fostech is American-made firearms made right here in Indiana. American craftsmanship meets cutting-edge innovation. Their lightweight AR-15s are incredible, and they don't sacrifice dependability or durability. Advanced machining capabilities create incredible products, and they are all designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Fostech, owned by a family that has served and loved their country. Find a dealer near you or visit Fostech.com. That's F-O-S-T-E-C-H, Fostech.com. Use promo code WIBC for 10% off your order.
BMW, Mercedes-Benz, VW, Audi, Mini, Porsche. Names that mean quality, performance, and usually a dreadful service experience. You know you can't take your car just anywhere, but you may not know you can get the same quality service and parts without going to a dealership. Enter Auto House Merkel. Everything from routine service to performance tuning is handled with care by technicians who specialize in German vehicles, using only OEM parts or equivalent at a lower cost and less hassle than the dealership. Book service now at AutoHouseMerkel.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching fever under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
America respects our first responders and veterans, the brave whose business is taking action when calamity strikes. It's dangerous work, often surrounded by sirens, shouting, even gunfire, so hearing loss is probable. First responders can turn to Relay Indiana. If you have trouble hearing on the telephone, visit RelayIndiana.com for voice recognition technology phones that allow the hearing impaired to have normal phone conversations. And there's loaned equipment for those who qualify. Get clarity back on the phone. Visit RelayIndiana.com.
1945 to 1965 have the highest rates of hepatitis C, but most don't know they're infected. People can live for decades without symptoms, but over time, hepatitis C can cause serious health problems, including liver damage and even liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 1965, the CDC recommends that you get a blood test for hepatitis C. So talk to your doctor about getting tested. It could save your life. A message from the CDC.
Head to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to